tietää mielessään on aika lähteä pois. Metsä kutsuu kulkijaa rauhan sielulleen se tois. Kylmäks käynyt maa jo kutsuu taas sen kulkijaa. Vuoret rikko taivaan rantaa, mielen kirkastaa. Se kutsuu kulkijaa pois, vie se näiltä main. Raskaaksi käynyt sydän huutaa rauhaa erämaan. Huiskaus puiden latvoistaa tuo rauhan sydämeen. Haukka huutaa hyvästi talven ensi tulee. Huiskaus puiden latvoistaa tuo rauhan sydämeen. Haukka huutaa hyvästi talven ensi tulee. Uusi kerran metsän takaa tuuli vieraamaan ja nosti aallot suuren veden, rikkoi vanhan haan. Syvällä tietää mielessään on aika lähteä pois. Metsä kutsuu
Good evening, and welcome, travelers. Episode 73. A War of Moon and Shadow. It's been a few weeks since we played. Hopefully everyone had some happy holidays if you do celebrate the holidays. If not, welcome back. It's been a,
next to the mic.
it's been a rather eventful
Not sorry.
few days
Camera ASMR.
for the Widowmakers, the Dawnbringers. And now, some turmoil as Kravoyan soldiers entered into the city of Klaxon off the coast of Bolstad. Coming from the north, they have been given proxy by King Lendl of Bolstad to use the lands as they see fit, creating base camps to annex the Aronian soldiers from the south, moving north to give relief to Venalia, as the countries of Westhold and Venalia are at war with the Kravoy nation, also at battle. Venalia now fighting enemies on both sides, east and west. But that was not the most alarming news. Smallvross, a friend, an ally, a companion, thought to be dead, rides with the Kravoyan soldiers. As for now, things seem peaceful. But who knows how long that will last, as war inevitably leads to conflict. So let's find out in tonight's episode, Death Attack. And we're going to pick things up right where we last left off. The Kravoyan soldiers moving their horses into the town in the dead of night. Torches lit, armor, steel clanking at their sides. Falner, Hakan, Legic, witnessing this. With Boris the Brute, a member of the Council of Legends, witnessing this firsthand. Something tells you that maybe Boris knew that this occupation was coming. Maybe that's why he came all the way down here to see a little tournament. Meanwhile, on the ship, Jez is visited by strange apparitions within her cabin, leaving behind unknown sigils that even has Draven confused with his knowledge of death and spirits. He seemed worried, concerned of the unknown. And Lavende, making his way into a Fey portal that, unbeknownst to him, was created by his very captain, by making a deal with a certain Fey creature. Now the broom closet of the lower deck is a portal to a world of pure imagination. Not one of candy or rivers of chocolate, but of walking, talking cats.
I mean, to be fair, which one's scarier? Willy Wonka was pretty fucking freaky.
It is this one.
Not with Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka was just a man.
Serial killer.
That's the scary part.
Or was he just a man?
That was the scary part.
Or was he a Fey?
I could see it.
I can too. Now, we will pick things up right where we left off. But first, let's introduce our travelers.
Wait, whoa, what?
Starting over here.
Whoa, since when? What? This isn't vampire.
Nope, doing it now. We're doing this now.
Oh my god, is this vampire?
Introduce yourself.
Holy shit, season 5.
I didn't wear my outfit.
I wasn't prepared for this.
My name is Fauna Wildhut. Is that all you know?
What's your class?
Just point to your tag.
Fauna Wildhut. As you can read here.
Give me your catchphrase.
Oh, how are you doing this to us?
My catchphrase.
Yep.
I'm gonna smash it.
That's a good one. Just like Vandal. Keep it flexed.
Keep it you're gonna smash it? Wreck-It Ralph over here?
All right.
Oh, okay, we're not doing classes. Right.
Wow.
Come on, Legic.
Classes.
Names.
I just said your first part.
Shit.
Wow.
Why you gotta put people on
It
the
does
spot?
logic shit.
This is to help you
We
get.
were not prepared
This is to
for
help you
this.
get in your character. Let's go.
I don't want to be
Whoops.
inside of Lavender.
Forgot my last name.
Logic.
Vondorian.
Vanduri.
Very beautiful.
Yes. Lavender Boli. Otherwise known as
Tulloch.
Toulouse.
Tulum Bowman.
Bowman.
Tulum
Why are
Bowman.
you attacking our ADD?
Oh,
The wolves
That's grim.
howl.
In the distance.
That's grim.
I
They know that I am a druid!
I don't think he's done that before. Oh, your little Grimbo's first howl. We're missing it.
Oh. That's really good.
What's really weird is what made him start howling.
I don't know.
Do you think it... I'm gonna do it in the Lavender voice. Do you think it was the doll that we got, Kirsty?
Oh, maybe.
Jezebel.
Check our Twitter.
Jezebel. Savant, what's your catchphrase?
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Hey, I
That's a
didn't
good
have a
one.
catchphrase. What is my catchphress?
What is your
I
catchphrase?
don't know, you told me.
Do you have it in milk?
Got milk.
Got milk.
You didn't do one?
Let him go.
He didn't even know his last name. I'm not gonna ask him his catchphrase.
That's something I'm gonna have to think about.
Hey, he's still going.
So, no, basically, there's literally only about like 40 of you actually watch this show. So,
Thank
like,
you.
thank you for everyone who does
Thanks
watch
to,
this.
Thanks to the one person who watches us 40 times.
Thank
Hey, to
you.
the 40 people, we want comments. Or this time around, what can we do better?
Yeah, honestly,
It's
this
the
is
new
a,
year. We've really been slacking this year because COVID's really been burning all of us out. So if you can't tell, we haven't been posting a lot of content. We got rid of our commercials, all the fun stuff we used to do.
Oh my
We just
God.
kind of stopped because we've been so fucking tired.
We have an
Yeah.
idea for a commercial, though.
and to be perfectly honest, it is really hard to know what to improve on if you don't have feedback. So if you guys do want to leave comments, even if it's just a change your set or like your characters are boring, like
If it's change your site, we're gonna have to do a fundraiser.
then but it would at least let us know what we need to improve on.
Your characters are boring. That would just crush us. But yeah,
characters are boring.
Just shut it down. Just don't.
I was thinking more along the lines of like ways for us to see what the lore is, like links to read up on because it's
I have
homebrew.
done so many lore things and nobody seems to. I mean, I could do an anvil.
Yeah, they've all been live things though, so that's very But yeah, we don't want to hear from us. We want to hear from you. So.
Yes, we hear from you guys.
I just remembered. When we finished the last game, the last thing you said is you had a surprise for our next D&D session.
Yeah, it's this.
You guys can't see it.
You guys can't see
It's-
it.
You guys,
just-
You
we
didn't-
are slackers, and we did not prepare for this tonight.
Yeah,
So
Just
move
move
one
one
of
of
the
the
cameras.
cameras. That's it. Like
So-
we used to do. Just pick up the whole camera and put it.
true Near Dark fashion, we could just bump the camera down so you can see it.
Yeah.
We're not going to.
No.
I might.
We'll address it when it comes up. So
Dang, man.
Just like everything else, we might.
we might.
Few said more derailing the story. Thank you, Fuse.
We're derailing the story before it even begins, bud.
Welcome, Fuse.
We're derailing this whole session before it even begins. I don't even know where the fuck we are anymore. Jezebel, yeah, hey. What's your name?
I am God.
What's your catchphrase?
Oh wow. Okay.
You're gonna die.
Wow,
So
okay.
eventually.
Jesus.
I always
complex.
like-
Christmas.
I always thought your catchphrase was cave lightning.
Death.
No character lives forever.
Except for all of ours. That's where you're wrong.
Catchphrase.
Fake God.
That's a
I don't know, fake
You're not the
God.
real God. I've met the real D&D God. It's not you. It's Justin.
Justin's God?
You're gonna get me killed. Stop.
All right, now for real, we're gonna go ahead and kick it off.
Are you sure?
Unless you guys have something else you want to say.
Anyone else have anything else they want to say?
Play
this
the
I don't give
intro.
a shit.
Roll the intro that we
the
do
intro
not
we
have.
don't have.
Oh my God.
Fire breath-
That was very good, guys.
That was a solid one.
Fire breathing chicken.
Huh?
Oh,
Whoa, when did you guys make that intro? That was awesome.
Whoa! Welcome back, everyone.
Solid.
there was an episode where
Jesus.
a chicken man got burned and Tyrus came in from the portal. That's how I got reborn.
What's your new last name?
You killed my samurai character because he turned into a chicken, and you burned him.
He did.
And
Yeah,
then-
chickens don't have a lot of HP. If I
Somehow-
figured that out.
Tyrus came out of nowhere.
It turns out they're not supposed to stand in the blast of a fire-breathing dragon.
I think it was a giant mutated cat, but yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
I remember dragon.
Good for you, man.
All right.
I remember running away
That was
from
a
it.
funny day.
I wasn't there for that. But good for you. I believe in you.
We're gonna pick things up with back in town.
Back in town.
The boys are. Sorry.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks. Thanks, man. I think that joke I did earlier was a cat thing, but it was a dog because you thought a dog was a cat.
Cat dog.
We'll get to it later. I'll bring it up. I'll remember.
It's clearly been 2 weeks.
Cat dog.
That's why I need to get this out of you guys right now.
Cat dog. Okay. Yeah. Ominous music.
So as I said, you, Hakan, Fulner, Hakan, and Legic, 3 of you are in town. You've seen the Kravoian soldiers enter into the city. They are not hostile, but you have noticed that many of the villagers that were celebrating the events of Champions Day have retreated to their homes. Some people are staying outside. In fact, the ones that are, you notice the Kravoian soldiers are kind of sizing up. They're looking at the people who are staying outside, including the 3 of you. What do you want to do?
And we saw Smallrouse.
You saw Smallvras, specifically you. You notice that Hakan looks over towards you and goes, "That can't be."
No, it's maybe he had a brother. It's a spitting image of him.
Do you know that man?
We do. I was almost. I'm pretty sure he died, but apparently, it can't be him.
It's that small Ross character you were talking about.
Yeah, Smallrouse. Maybe we should go back to the ship.
Talk to the captain.
Yeah. Alright. Hakan?
You notice Hakan actually grabs the back of his cloak. You see him throw a hood up and over. It's the first time you've ever seen him do this. You actually watch him sort of cover his arms around the cloak too. I need to get back to the ship.
Are you alright?
You clearly don't know about any nations in the north.
Admittedly, I don't.
You notice that he turns and he starts making his way back towards the ship.
I'm following with. I just have a bad feeling about this.
You said one of your friends is supposed to be dead and he's alive.
Why did he? If he is him, why I don't understand why he didn't.
Why he's in the opposition?
Why didn't he just come look for us?
Can I roll to know why Akon did that?
Um,
His
like
demeanor changed.
I'd say Falner could, but
I kind of put 2 and 2 together. Maybe is I just figured it was someone he may have known. Or someone he's trying to duck?
No, I mean, you've had a conversation with him multiple times now about this.
Then,
You know he's got a past military record.
right.
You know that he did something
Yeah, right, I remember did something bad.
pretty awful.
He's trying to make amends, but I don't quite remember what it was.
Why don't you go ahead and give me an intelligence roll?
16. Sorry.
You remember Hakan telling you that he did something at a place known as Helion's Pass. It was a mountain village. This village would have been Kravoyan. You remember there was a lot of talk about burning people, burning houses, burning children.
So he put the town to the torch, so to speak.
Yeah.
And they might remember him. So yeah, there's a reason for him to be acting like that.
Maybe it's best we don't talk about it in the open.
No.
We're gonna. I'm gonna move a bit faster.
All right.
Run, but
Walking with purpose.
You pass many of the soldiers. They speak in a different form of common. Not every human kingdom speaks common. Some of them have their own dialect. Some of them have their own languages. And Kravoyans have a very deep, guttural language. It sounds very similar to Russian. It's very throaty. You can catch most of them speaking in their own tongue as you pass. Notice that quite a few of them must have had a long ride. Horses do seem a little exhausted, and a lot of them are taking comfort moving into some of the taverns.
could I use perception to hear anything that would be common that might be important?
You don't hear any of them fucking speaking common. Not in this, not common in the tongue of the neck, essentially. So you just want to make your way back to the boat? Okay. Short time passes, and both Falner, Hakan, and Legic return to the ship. Jezebel, you see this. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Or investigation, whichever is higher.
26.
Yeah, goddamn. Was that perception or investigation?
Perception.
So,
New die.
not only did you know something was up before they even showed up, you heard the commotion of horses, specifically along the road of. So you are currently in the White Docks, and just across on the West Docks is where the road into the town is. There's essentially a small bridge that cuts over into the West Docks portion. Along the farmsteads and the seaside, you can see the torches and the line of infantrymen and horses making their way into the city. Although you do not hear any attack bells, you do not hear any screams, sounds of conflict, so you know there isn't a fight going on, but you do know that the city's just been occupied. After you notice this, you see Falner, Hakan, and Legic return to the ship.
Captain, we may have a situation.
Are we talking about the infantrymen coming into the city or something else?
Yes, that and possibly I think I saw Smallros.
You been hitting the bottle?
I haven't.
It looked like small for us.
Not today. I haven't. Yeah.
It looked like Small Ross, so kind of looked like him.
No.
Definitely was him.
He had his axe. Graveheart.
Well, how specific is his axe looking? Like anyone could have
I
an
can
axe.
recognize that axe. I'm a smith, Jez. There was Deathenium metal.
I don't know what you just said, but alright, I'll trust you.
It was the metal he took from that spire.
Ah.
The one that your mother's cult was raising.
Listen, you don't have to say that out loud like that, alright? In front of everyone. Okay?
Just wanted to refresh your memory.
I didn't hear anything.
I heard it, and I'm pretty sure that was correct.
I don't need my fucking memory refreshed, so maybe you should check your fucking attitude. You don't scare me.
I think it's best if I was to, get below deck.
I can agree with that.
So Khan turns and he makes his way to lower deck.
So, what I don't understand is why wouldn't Smallville come looking for us if he was still alive?
There's no way it was Small Ross.
Look exactly like him. Unless he has a brother that looks...
Didn't he get blasted into the sky by lightning or some shit?
Did I see the scar and everything?
Yeah.
I saw the scar. And it looked like Smallrose. Not very many people have that kind of scar.
What would he be doing here?
I have no idea.
Ulterior motive, maybe? Maybe he's not actually here with them.
Listen, I know you all had a soft spot for him, but I think now would be a good time to probably leave if we can. I don't really want to reacquire Small Ross, if you know what I'm saying.
Really?
I haven't
Yeah,
exactly
person,
missed
yeah.
him, so he was nothing but a thorn in my side.
Is he not still affiliated with us?
No, he hasn't been for a while now.
I mean, do everyone else know that? Do I remember in that book that we saw, was he listed in the book at all?
No.
He was not. Well then, okay, never mind. I was mistaken. I was kind of concerned if whatever he's doing is still linked to us, and he might be trashed and on. All good name.
Listen, maybe let's not let Lavender know about this.
Right? Is he not
Don't want
here?
to open any freshly healed wounds or anything.
Is he not here? He was with us during the.
He went on an errand.
What do you mean?
He's not here at the moment. Like, technically, he's here, but he's not here. He's not available to talk, if that's what you're asking me. He's busy.
Did you do
Can't be
something?
disturbed right
You
now.
give me a
I didn't do anything. What does that mean?
Give me a deception check there, Jez.
Okay.
Insight Fuller and Insight
18.
Legic.
Oh my god. Advantage. I rolled
25.
10 on both.
25.
11 altogether.
You notice that Jez is being particularly dodgy about this.
Particularly dodgy. So why don't we just let him go about his night? Let him do what he needs to do.
So we're not leaving because
he's here.
not
He's on the ship. We can leave.
You don't make sense.
What do you mean? I said he's on the ship. He just can't be bothered right now.
Oh,
Are you sure you haven't been hitting the bottle?
I'm pretty sure. I do have my belt that's being made for me right now.
I don't give a shit about your belt.
What? I won, Jezebel. You didn't think I could.
Look around you, you fucking brick. Do you think we should be sticking around the spot right now?
What are they gonna do? Alright, you're
What
right.
are they
You're
gonna
right.
do?
No, you're right. We should not.
Listen.
be.
This might upset Lavender if he doesn't know what's going on.
He doesn't need to know.
His brother
Oh,
has made a decision that might not be good.
What does that mean?
There are these forces that came in. They came from Lendl. Right, is it Landl?
Lendl.
Lendl.
Yes.
He ordered them to come in here. Not sure why. But it seems like there's some sort of treaty or understanding. It doesn't look safe for the people.
Watching them march in here doesn't look safe. That's why I would like to leave as soon as we can.
I agree. I don't really want to particularly.
I mean, we can tell Lavender. Sure, But after we leave,
I think
maybe.
he
Because
would-
what's Lavender gonna do about it anyway? He's gonna go get himself killed.
Or he gonna turn into a fucking bird and just fly over there to see small Ross.
Technically, this is his people.
Just a wild dog again.
Continue. I will be right back.
One of our guard dogs going off.
There might be somebody at the door.
Do we have a guard dog?
That's usually when she works.
But these are his
You know-
people.
Yeah, but like, what's gonna happen if we tell him while we're here? I'm saying we leave. Get a good distance away. If he turns into a fucking bird, he turns into a fucking bird. There's nothing we can do about that. What do you want me to do?
I don't know. I don't know what the.
I'm panicking right now. I don't think these people are gonna take kindly to fucking pirates. So.
Where did he go?
I'll
Where
think
is
you're
he?
right.
He said
He's
he's
in the
here, but he's
closet.
not here.
Down below deck.
You put him in the closet.
I didn't put him anywhere. He put himself in the closet. He needs to figure some things out. He needs some personal time. The closet.
Sounds like he's in the closet.
Well,
So he can't be disturbed right now.
He went through a portal, didn't he? Just like the pantry.
Why would there be a portal in the closet?
Why
you're
would
not
he
supposed
be
to
in the
talk
closet?
about that.
I can't tell you. I'm sworn to secrecy. It's personal for him. Okay?
I don't see Lavender just standing in a closet doing nothing.
Oh my god, alright, I can't deal with you guys tonight. There's a fucking entrance to a Fey world in the closet below deck. Don't go in there.
Duly noted.
she was hiding something.
I wouldn't want to go down in that anyway, so no problem.
Against my wishes, kind of, sort
Wait,
of.
You said to the
I ended up saying I
Feywild.
didn't really care. Lavender went into the Fey closet. He's in the Fey closet.
So there's no telling when he'd come back.
Are we sure it's locked onto the location of the closet?
What?
Meaning, if we just sail away, would he be coming back where the closet was by the dock?
I don't know, Falmer. Does your weird farmland and your pantry stay there?
It is kind of tied to the
There you go.
the
That's
boat.
a good
Yeah.
point. It's not the same thing with burying. Well, we have the PAZ back.
Well, there's a portal, and then there's a pocket dimension, kind of different thing. I feel.
Is Barry back?
No, not yet.
He's not back.
But he said he was going to return tonight.
He should be here soon, and if not, we're just gonna have to fucking leave
Should
because
we
this is
go?
freaking me out.
Should we go look for him?
No.
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 This is what we're gonna do. And you can take my word for it or not. We're gonna stay on the ship. We're gonna guard the ship. Akan seems frightened about something that has to do with the soldiers. Let's not leave the ship.
See,
Let's wait for Barry, and hopefully, Lavender might return.
See, we can all leave the ship, but it doesn't mean they can't approach the ship.
true.
Yes, but we can protect it.
There's another cause of concern. With the belt itself, I may have used our symbol as the insignia. So if Small Ross does see that, he will know that we were here.
Well, let's just fucking hope and pray he doesn't happen to cross it for some reason.
Could you message Barry, ask him to grab my belt so he knows?
No!
Alright. I thought I'd try.
That sucks.
Have him fucking ship it to you. I don't care.
How do I do that?
I don't care.
I don't think that's a thing.
I don't give a shit if you get your belt or not, honestly.
Jezebel, I would want you to have your winning drink if you won something.
Well, no, I'm gonna say it again. Look around you.
Alright. So what do you want us to do? Just sit here and wait for Barry?
We'll give it an hour. If he's not back in the hour, we're leaving.
We'll fucking leave Barry behind.
Yes. He's used to it.
Poor Barry.
He'll be fine. He has a new girlfriend.
Are you jealous?
No, he's not that hot. That's why I'm fine with leaving him. If I cared, I wouldn't leave him.
Isn't he kind of helpful though?
Yeah, but, it's also helpful to be alive. So, he can find us. I'm sure he knows how. I'm sure he has some weird wizard shit on the ship where he can track us or something.
If I ever got separated, I don't know how I would find you guys.
Well, sounds like a you problem, doesn't it?
If you think
Alright.
about it,
No,
Barry,
we have to make a promise, never leave me behind. Please.
You can make that promise.
That's not the same thing.
You know the lifestyle you signed up for.
Yeah, I thought I was.
We made that very clear. Right?
I would never leave a friend behind, Jezebel.
Oh, you can't pull that one on me. That's not gonna work on me. It might work on Lavender. It's not gonna work on me.
Did you know Jezebel used chapstick?
That's
Well,
how I keep my lips supple.
What's wrong with wanting to keep your lips moist?
There you go.
Nothing wrong with that.
Is there anything going on outside the ship?
You guys are in the docks, and there's nothing really going on other than the other ships that are docked here. It's nighttime, so there isn't any real traffic going in and out of the port.
Well, until you come with a decision what we're going to do.
We're leaving in an hour. That's what we're doing.
Oof. Or,
Why'd you bark?
what? I didn't. Well, I was about to say what if.
Oh, it sounded like you saw that wolf.
Listen, I know you're concerned about Barry. I get it. Barry can be kind of cool sometimes. He'll figure it out.
Can I get a perception check from everyone?
29.
That's cool. We got 13.
What was it?
13.
My perception is shit now.
Okay. Jez, you're the only one that notices it.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a problem.
But you hear, it sounds like boot heels above you on the mast.
Oh wait, we're not above deck.
Yeah, you're above deck. You're on the deck right now,
Boot heels where?
like above you. So like on,
On the
sails,
sails?
on the sails, yeah.
The fuck? Okay. I'll look up.
So you look up, you notice that on one of the tail sails, on the arms that spins over, you can see Marigold is sitting down, looking down at everyone, kind of listening to the whole event happening.
Can we help you?
Oh, just listening, just wondering what's going on.
Well, clearly you heard what's going on.
Yeah. So what's the plan then?
How many times do I have to say it? This is the fifth fucking time.
Leaving in an hour, I get that. But what are we doing?
And where we're going? We'll figure it out. Anywhere but here. The point is to not be here. That's
What are
the
you
point.
so afraid of, Jez?
Conflict with an army is what I'm afraid of. I can feel the tension in the air, alright? I'm not sticking around for this shit.
But are they after us? I don't think so.
What are they after then, Marigold?
Well, since we've been back from Azeltivado and we were able to spend that lovely few weeks there,
Speed it up. I know you like to talk.
the conflict is still going on in Abentol. You have all the countries in Westhold feuding and fighting against Venalia. The Kravoy nation is now moving south to annex the Aronian soldiers that went north to help with the relief. I would imagine they're here because Aronia stuck their nose into it. The question is what is King Lendl getting out of this?
I don't give a shit. I'm saying I'm aware they're not here for us. I'm not that fucking pretentious, okay? I'm aware they're not here just for us. I'm saying if conflict begins, I do not want to be here for that said conflict. I would like to leave.
As you wish, Captain.
Stop prancing about in the fucking masses, by the way. It's creepy.
He hops off the sail and lands down. It's just a nice spot to sit
And pry. Yeah.
and listen. I listen a lot.
Go somewhere else. And listen.
Keep pushing all your crewmates away. Soon you're not going to have any.
Oh, that's a fucking scary thought, not having to deal with all of you all the time. Run along.
Good night,
I'll go down Marigold.
Notice that Marigold heads down deck.
I hope he's the first one to fucking leave. I hate him.
I don't trust him.
Oh yeah, you don't trust someone who just sits above you and listens to your conversation in the dark?
Well, he's not that. Well, he is that. He's just been kind of fucking dodgy lately.
I forgot he was here.
Keep an eye on him.
I've been trying. I've been keeping note of everyone he talks to, too.
Who's he been talking to?
Mary's new girlfriend, Melanie.
Alright. What about?
I don't know. I just seen them talking. I've just said I've been keeping note of who he's talking to.
Well, it'll probably help if you can also figure out what they're talking about.
I guess.
It's a good start for them there.
Sure.
Aren't you bored?
When is Long Day supposed to get back?
Don't you want to
What?
fight? Do something.
What's with you and fighting? Is that
Just-
like, is it your hobby,
it's
just fighting?
something-
I'm fine with fighting.
I mean,
A military, not so much. No.
I could go for a tussle.
What is wrong with both of you?
It's been a long time.
You won't win against an army, you know that, right? It's just us.
Oh, it's us and they don't.
Villagers. They're not prepared, which is probably why they just let them in.
It's just not on me to really run away.
We've got boars. I think. Maybe. Yes, we do. I believe in him.
I could just turn into a giant and just throw cheese at him or something. I don't know.
You all really just want to stick around for this, right?
I don't know. But I do know it's been a while since I had a fight. A good fight.
To be honest, I want to do something, but I don't know what I should be doing. It's not my responsibility to take care of these people, but I feel like something bad's about to happen.
Oh, why do you think I want to leave? Is that a missile? Just wipe us out already.
Apache war.
Playing Fortune's on?
No,
Campaign
you hear the
3.
sound of a portal beginning to rip open. As it does, you can see both Melanie and Barry walk out of the portal onto the deck. You know, so that they do, you know, as Melanie closes the portal, they turn and look towards you.
Lovely. We were just about to leave.
Oh, all right. Well, I didn't think you were going to leave me, but
Oh, no, Val. That's why we waited, just for you to show up, you know. And you made it. You're here. Great.
you notice that Melanie goes. The trip was quite fruitful, actually. We learned some things about what's going on here in Bullstead.
What's going on here in Boston?
Azrim is quite a eccentric wizard. I can see why he left Neve. Not exactly the bureaucratic type, but a wizard still, nonetheless, and seasoned. Quite seasoned. Barry goes, yes, seasoned is a word you could use for it. I would say fucking insane, but...
Oh, insane people are fun. Very clever, too.
Maybe we should talk in private about this. Also, where is Lavender? He should probably be here for this.
About that, I also was hoping to talk to you in private. About Lavender and
Okay.
his
Could
whereabouts.
someone go and grab Lavender and then...
No, not really.
I will not, sir.
They can't.
Meanwhile, while that's happening, we're going to cut over. Lavender. You've walked into your closet doorway. The broom closet.
Yes.
As you've made your way in, you can see that those two cat guards that are walking forward seem to be walking with purpose. They are definitely not colored in your typical fashion, one of them being a deep purple with white stripes, and then the other one having thick red fur with what looks like yellow and gold spirals around their, very similar to the spirals on your arm. You notice that they seem to be walking, and as they do, you can see other fey creatures and wildlife that seem to engulf the area. The grass and the blades almost move like kind of like coral underwater. It's unnatural, it doesn't look normal, but you're used to this. You've seen this before. What do you want to do?
So I've already had the conversation with the two that, are they walking away? Because they were the ones that I gave the, and they pointed me towards it was a castle, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to just kind of take in the surroundings. If I turn to look behind me, is the door still there?
No, there is no door. But what there is a doorway. You can see like the outline of a door, but there's just nothing there.
So if I press on it, does it open?
No, there's nothing in between the doorway, but the door frame is there.
Interesting. If I were to, and I'm just checking for my own safety here, because I know better. The last time I was here, well, one of the times I was here was not exactly the best. So if I use that trick that Lothon taught me, could I open that? If I focus hard enough?
You could try.
Yeah, I'm going to try just for my sake.
So as you stop and you sort of envision both the planes sort of touching and melding together to become one, you can see the door slowly begin to materialize.
Okay, so
But the moment you stop concentrating on it, you see it just instantly disappear again.
Okay, good. That means that the door is still there. I'm going to turn back. And the suns, there's two regular ones and the green one, if I remember correctly, that Rahios had mentioned. I think it was Rahios asked about the sun, so no black sun.
You don't see one.
God, I better get to it early, and I'm going to start walking towards the castle.
Okay. As you do, you notice that the perspective of the castle begins to almost tunnel away. As you make your way there, you pass by many pieces of natural environment that are unusual. You can see a basin of rocks slowly floating up to the sky. You can watch as you see a river literally move and split and go uphill, flowing in the opposite direction that it should be. You follow this small little river to what appears to be a waterfall. You can see that fish appear to be swimming towards the waterfall and swim up the waterfall.
I'm just going to, as I walk by, kind of run my hand through the water that's going up.
As you put your hand into the water, it pulls you, and it pulls you up into the air, and you start to, almost like you're hanging on to an elevator. It lifts you off the ground as you rise all the way up to the top and the crest of the waterfall, and you kind of throws you up and over onto the top, and you turn and look. Wasn't really quite expecting that to happen, but
It was a new experience. So I'm at the top of this
you just
waterfall.
flew basically all the way up to the top of the waterfall.
So if I look on the other side, does it just back down to the ground?
Yeah.
How far?
You probably went up a good 50, 60 feet.
50 to 60 feet.
Yep.
Holy shit. Is there a way I can get back down?
It doesn't look like here, unless you're willing to jump.
Oh, I'm not jumping 60 feet to the ground. Are there flying creatures here?
Give me a perception check.
Your bag fell over a ghost.
God damn it.
The doll's haunted.
Oh, that is only, well, I guess a natural 20.
You do see that there are some creatures that appear to fly overhead.
Okay.
You've seen these creatures before. They're quite strange looking. They have the large tail of what it looks like a peacock, but it sort of drapes behind them as they fly. They have a very oval-like body, very large. They're about the size of a small person. They appear to also have two heads that fork out, and they have these heron-like heads with long needle-like beaks.
So if I were to jump off of this and use wild shape, could I wild shape into one of these things? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm
Okay.
just going to do free fall for a little bit and then kind of, as I'm falling, do the wild shape.
Sure. So you jump off and turn into that form. You're now airborne. Are you going to fly towards the castle?
Actually, while I'm up in the air, can I get to do another perception check to kind of look at, since I got the bird's eye view, pun intended now,
Yeah.
could I do another perception check on the area as I'm flying towards it?
Sure.
Towards the castle?
Give me another perception check.
That is 22. If there's anything that seems to be out of the ordinary, I'm sure I
Yes.
would recognize.
As you fly up, you realize that this entire platform, everything that you see around you, the trees, the rivers, all of it, it is on top of a massive spire. Think of a plateau, a huge rock chimney, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
This massive piece of twisted stone rises up, and all of this vegetation and wildlife is growing on top of it. As you do get up and you see this immensely alien landscape, you can see the two suns around you. Both the green and yellow sun burn, but as you look towards them, you can see that almost shrouded in this darkness of the sky, if you look directly above you, you do not see sky. You see stars. You see black void and the abyss of space. You see streaks of almost like aurora borealis moving and twisting through them, like colors of purple and blue. Streaks of green and yellow almost rip across the sky. And as you stare into that void, there appears to be a bright, burning black sun.
So it is here. So this castle, is it like one of those things where I could like fly to the top of it and there's like a kind of like
The castle
a
is
plateau up there, or is it just the only entryway in through the front?
as you look towards the castle, it is a more of a, I would say more of a massive tower than it is like
Okay,
a
so-
structured, like fortified castle. So as you look towards it, it is a massive tower raising up into the sky, and then as it makes its way up, it almost branches out like a tree with these unnatural stone. It shouldn't even be supported. It doesn't make physical sense. But you have these massive stone, almost like wings or branches that move out into small circular, basically, I don't want to say domes, but you can see they're covered in stained glass on the top of them.
So there's no entryway from where I can see it.
You don't see an entry on the bottom, but you could land anywhere on the top of these walking platforms.
Oh yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just skip the door and just kind of go up to the top, to those platforms that you were mentioning, and kind of see if
Okay.
there's a way to get in that way.
Yep. So you can go ahead and land on these walkways. Now, there's 4 of these large stained glass, almost like cathedral domed type buildings, and in the center it appears to have like this spiral. So it twists and becomes almost like it looks like a spring. It goes all the way up to the top, and then it goes to a single point. And on top of this point, you can see some bright, extremely shining light.
Okay, so from where I am, just so I could get a better idea of what it's like. So where I'm at, I could stand, and does it lead into these other domes?
Yeah, they
there's-
all connect.
Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get out of wild shape since I'm here,
Okay.
and then just kind of make my way towards that springy looking. If I can walk a bit, I'm gonna start walking up towards the top.
Okay.
If I can.
As you look towards it, you can see, well, as you fly closer towards it, it looks like these glass domes is where the occupancy is. This spring spire with the bright, that looks almost more like a tower. It doesn't really look like it's a place you can go to.
Oh, okay.
It's like, looks like it's a part of the architecture of the building.
Alright, so since they're like occupancies, I'm going to walk to one of these cathedral dome things and kind
Okay.
of look inside and see if there's anybody in there.
All right. Can I get an investigation?
7.
7.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not good at investigation. I'm basically just gonna peer in and be like, hello, is there anybody in here?
So as you look into them, they are massive libraries. These domes are immense. I mean, I'm talking, they made the library in the Neve look small. They are all the way up to the top of these stained glass buildings. And it's also very strange, as in the entire room is very open, it's very airy. In fact, you can actually see wildlife flying around in these massive domes. It's huge, but it's barren. Like, you don't see living space. It's a library. You make your way to the next one, it's another library. You make your way to the next one, it's another library.
While I'm going through each of them, can I kind of just scan, because you said it's like a library, so it's bookshelves?
Yes, massive bookshelves.
So, if I were to go up to one, can I just kind of scan, like, a row? Not like the whole thing, but like a row to kind of get an idea of, like, what it is?
Sure. Go ahead, give me another investigation check. Actually, no. Give me knowledge, arcane, or an intelligence check. One of the two.
I think they're both +1. Yeah, okay. Ooh, that is 16. Either way, they're
Okay.
both +1.
16. You don't recognize a lot of the work here. It has extremely vague titles. Maybe they're not vague to the subject matter, but it's subject matters that you're not sure of. For example, one of the books is The Ochium of Paragons. Many of them have titles like this, where it's outside of your spectrum of understanding.
Yeah. And so as I'm going through them, is there a way to either go down or go up? 'Cause
You haven't seen one.
So it's basically just flat and then it's tall bookcases?
So it's wide open areas. You can see that there are banisters and stairwells that walk up these massive bookcases, and there are pathways on the ground that you can take, but it will take you time to go through and actually explore these. It's like a labyrinth in each one of them.
So as I'm going through all of them, the last one, I'm going to look up. I'm going to just start walking as I'm like, hello, is there anybody in here? I don't
Your
really want
voice
to...
echoes as you speak. Every single step you make, it reverberates throughout these walls. Even the sound of your breathing is almost echoed throughout this entire location. However, give me a perception check.
Ooh, that is a 30, buddy.
Okay, since you've landed here, since you've been exploring, and you've been exploring now for about an hour, the sound of wood creaking or twisting, it almost sounds like branches or large vines crushing or wreathing, has constantly been echoing throughout the area. Like when a branch is stressed, and you can hear the wood beginning to
Is that
strain.
outside of these buildings?
No, it
inside?
sounds like it's in here.
Are you sure you're not in here? You're just ignoring me? As I'm continuing to walk up. I can hear you walking.
You make your way through all 4 of these domes. Mountains, piles of tomes, scrolls, books. But not just that, artifacts as well. Strange pieces of what look like artwork, pottery, large tapestries lying on the walls. It is like a museum, if anything.
Do I recognize the tapestries?
No, it's many of the tapestries are. It would be like if you were, you, Chad, looking at a series of Renaissance paintings and being like, "Do you know who painted this?"
Okay, I wasn't sure if there was something
That's the
seen.
level of like, you just don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I didn't know if maybe it was like something I'd seen in passing at some point.
No, and if you have, it's nothing that you would have recognition or like information of.
Yeah.
After looking through all 4 of these large locations, you do notice that there is appears to be a spiral staircase in each one of them that seems to descend down. It's the only location that you haven't gone to yet.
Okay, then that last one, I'm just going to take that one and start going down.
Okay.
Yep.
As you descend down, you notice that you make your way down into this spiral staircase. You notice that it opens up and you can see the spanning expanse. So hundreds of yards across the way, you can see another massive spiral staircase descending down into this chamber. On all 4 corners, you can see where each one of those spiral staircases would have all came down. This is huge. It is like a vacuum, not as a vacuum, but it is massive in here. This entire cylindrical wall is filled with bookshelves and massive ladders that span the entire location. You don't know what the actual depth of it is, but you'd have to imagine that you are hundreds of feet in the air walking down this staircase. One slip and you would be free falling off of this down to your death. Obviously you can fly, but
Yeah.
you eventually make your way all the way down, and as you do, this huge platform on the ground level of this, if you want to call it a ground level, you're probably still somewhere in the tower, but you have no idea where. There is no windows. There appears to be glowing orbs that seem to just hover in the air, creating light, artificial light that's cascading down. These bright blue and purple orbs just dance around the room. As you make your way down, you can see over this massive desk. I mean, it looks like it's designed for a giant. There appears to be a figure standing over it with this long cape that drapes past them. It looks infeasible to even walk in. You can see that the drape of their cloak is made of these brilliant and vibrant pink blossoms that seem to grow off of the cloak.
How big is the desk compared to how big I am?
I would say you would probably need to get about a 20-foot ladder to get on top of it. And he's standing over it.
Oh, he's standing over
Over it.
I'm going to walk. Hello? I don't know if you can hear me.
Your voice echoes throughout the entire chamber. You can hear the sound of wood breaking and cracking as he turns his head and makes eye contact with you. You hear a voice enter into your mind, yet you do not see his lips move. Hello. You must be Lavende.
You know, I was expecting like a cat guy, like the ones out there. What's your name? Wait, yes, that Lavende is my name. Sorry. Sorry, I wasn't expecting. You know.
It is improper to speak from such distance. Maybe you should approach.
You know, I don't have really good luck in the Feywild. We're in the Feywild, right?
I think you know the answer to that.
Okay. I'm going to start walking closer to him.
As you make your way and you turn and walk, you watch as the individual turns their body, and you watch as the drape, the cloak of pink petals, they almost like cherry blossoms, fall and spread off of his cloak as he turns towards you. This almost whimsical wind lifts his cloak and slowly floats it, and you watch it just drape and almost move through the air like a ribbon. As he turns towards you, you can see the petals and everything just swirling around him as though it's not violent, it's very calming. And as you look towards him, in the center of his chest, you see a bright, brilliant green seed growing out of his chest. His armor is made of bark. You can see moss growing over it. His head has these large vines that grow out of his eyebrows that create massive horns that rise off to the side. His face long and angular, very much like yours. You see his hand raise up, large, black, sharp claws on each hand. You can see tufts of fur growing off of his patches of exposed skin. His armor is plate in appearance, or not, or I should say in design, but it's made of all organic bark. And you can see even large pieces of what appear to be almost like green scales or stone, creating pieces of ornamental or decorational design embedded into the into the mark. He towers over you, probably standing somewhere around 45 to 50 feet tall. This is an extremely imposing individual.
You're not going to step on me, are you?
That would be rude to do to a guest.
I kinda just barged in here, so I mean, I wouldn't blame you, to be honest.
You would not have entered my spire if I did not allow it.
Oh,
You would not have entered this existence if I did not allow it. Thank you for summoning Pascal. He is a rambunctious fae, but he is obedient.
he helped me get some keys. He did this? Why did he?
Well, your captain agreed to it. I apologize for his...
Are you sure that she did that?
He bends down and you hear the sound of like trees falling as it does. You see his eyes burn with this bright greenish glow, and as you look into his eyes, you can see there's slits like a lizard. You see his hand open up. His pact is done with her. Please take it.
What is in his hand?
It's a fingernail.
Do I have to climb up on his hand?
Yeah, you have to walk up onto his hand.
Yikes.
I'm going to start climbing. That doesn't really seem like my captain. Are you sure this is her fingernail? I'm going to, pick it up. I mean, you seem like you know that this is her fingernail, but... I've never thought that she would make a pact with somebody like that. Do you want to...
You notice he lifts you off the ground and brings you up to his face.
Okay, I was about to ask if
He
you wanted
holds you probably right about here. Not where he's breathing down on you, but he holds you out in front of him so you can stare at him face to face.
I'm going to look off the side of his hand.
I will not drop you.
Well, please don't. Thank you for the fingernail.
I know what you are, Lavende.
No, I know what I am too, I think. You're making me doubt myself on what I am.
You're primordial, are you not?
Okay, yes, so that does. I was thinking about the failing thing. I'm going to, get to the wrist of his hand so I can look down at his chest. You got the seed, like that.
I do.
I have
I
one.
have carried the burden for a very long time, and the burden has now been placed upon you.
Yeah, you see, why? Why is that the thing?
A king must be chosen. I was a king once, and Zuktmoy wished to take me as hers.
Okay, so... About that, I saw, I assume you know that she is coming to take everything, right? Or it seems like she wants everything.
Your homeland is very special.
Which one?
Where you were born. The land that your people call Bolstead.
Yeah, there's a thing called the Green Rot, I think is what it's called.
It is Zuktmoy's corruption.
I had a bad feeling about that.
It is her blight. She is merging her version of the Abyss into the Feywild. And it is now bleeding into your material world.
Is that why there's a black sun?
That is something else entirely.
That changes everything. I thought that was... What else could be here?
It's not here. You notice that he looks up, and you watch as the ceiling above begins to turn translucent. And you can see the stars in the heavens above. And you see that black void and all the stars scattered about, and you see that burning black sun. Our world is a mirror of the material plane. What exists here exists there. It is not here, but out there. And it is coming.
But I have friends who came here to try to stop it. Why would they think it's here if it's not here? Why would they even come here?
It has not been here for a long time, but its return is imminent, and we cannot stop it. We must prepare. We must fight.
By we, do you mean me? Too?
The armies of all the courts must be aligned together. But you have many foes looking to stop you. Many wishing to take this world for theirs.
I'm going to be honest with you. I had the vision about that, or, well, not about that. I saw Zuktmoy here. You know, I kind of left that. I haven't really had time to really think about that much lately. But now that I'm here and this is on our ship, kind of puts it into perspective. But I was called the Autumn King or something. She said to bring her king, pointing
You
at
are
me.
her chosen. She wishes to take a new title. She wishes to forge a new world, one where her filth and her growth will cover the world.
You know, I made the pledge a long time ago to make sure that didn't happen. You know that hasn't stopped. Ooh.
This, you notice he brings his hand, points towards his chest, taps the large seed protruding from the armor. This is what she needs. Mine is of no longer any use to hers, but yours is still young, and it is growing.
So what is that supposed to mean? What does that mean for me? And should I be worried about it? My captain needs to know, my friends need to know if it's going to hurt them. I've already been told about some kind of spell plague. I already have that on my plate.
You must keep Zuktmoy away from it.
I'm going to try it. And how do I do that? I've seen her, what she looks like. I can't fight that. You can fight that, and I'm going to look down again, how am I supposed to fight somebody that's as tall as you are?
But you can. And you will. there is a great threat. I believe you call them the Drow.
Yeah, I just would like to be clear that not all of them are bad.
The ones I speak of have aligned themselves with their Dark Lady.
I had a friend who was a drow, is a drow. It's complicated, I think. He said his grandmother was some Lady Terror or Grandma Terror or something like that. Is that the same person that you're talking about? I don't remember her name.
Your homeland is special. Not simply to us, but to the elves that once lived in your land. There are two stones. The Stone of Moon and the Stone of Shadow. If both are combined and placed within the great elven gate of Bolstead, then you will lose this war far before Zuktmoy can take that seed.
So I'm not supposed to do that. What happens if I do that? What happens if it happens at all?
Destiny has a plan for us all. As he bends down and sets you back down on the ground. Your friends need you.
You said that you're going to help me. You just told me about... Was that you helping me? Telling me about the stones of moon and shadow?
This is how you and I are connected. If you die, I will cease to be. If I die, you will cease to be.
What does that mean? Are we just the same person or something? Like, why does...
We were chosen a long time ago. I made my sacrifice. It's up to you to see if you are willing to sacrifice. I cannot tell you, but it will hurt you. It will make you break, as it broke me.
You're still here though, aren't you?
And I always will be.
Then so am I. If you weren't here, then I wouldn't be.
Your friends need you. You must return to your world. The drow that I speak of are coming for the first stone. It is in your city of Klaxon.
Maybe you're right that I do need to... we're literally in Klaxon right now. That is convenient. I need to go. What was your name before I get out of here?
I cannot tell you.
Can I have like a nickname? You don't have to give me your real name. I know how these things work.
You watch as his form begins to change, and you see his massive cloak of pink petals begin to turn into large wings. As you see his body turn into briar, and 4 legs, and a massive tail whip around and crush down onto the ground. As you see this massive Fey dragon bring its head up.
Was not expecting that. I'm going to be honest. So nickname, what did your friends call you? Do you have friends? I assume you have friends.
You may call me the Briar Dragon.
I'll call you... Bri sounds stupid. I'm going to call you Briar. How does that sound? It'll help me remember.
It will do for now.
It was nice to meet you. Thank you for the knowledge. I'll be sure to make sure that whoever tries to get this stuff will not get it. But you're right, I need to get back. Got the nail and everything. I'm good to go now.
Remember the stones.
Yes, the Stone of Moon and Shadow. I will not forget. Where exactly in Claxon is that? Just in case. Do you know? Because I could just get it like right now.
The Stone of Moon glows like moonlight. It looks of silver metal and is of diamond shape. Its counter is shadow and absorbs the light around it. They are identical in shape and form.
It glows like moonlight. Wait, which one is in Claxon? I'm sorry, I have a lot of... This is a lot, I'm sorry.
The Stone of Moon.
The Stone of Moon, okay. The one that glows, okay. Shaped like diamond, okay. My friend knows a lot about diamonds. He'll find it for me if he hasn't already. I'm going to go. Briar, it was nice to meet you. I hope that we see each other again in this life.
You must hurry.
Yes, okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to turn around. Is the door right there? Is there a door?
You turn around?
Yeah.
As you turn around, you feel faint. And the moment you sort of feel like you're going to black out, you sort of stumble and catch yourself and find yourself standing outside the broom closet.
There's a lot happening. I was not expecting to be here already. I didn't even take a step. I'm going to make my way to the top of the ship.
Do you hear? Does he hear?
Hello?
us?
Hello?
Right as I pulled away from you guys, that's when he returns.
I'm going to be running out of the bottom of the ship.
Oh, you're alive.
He's back.
I need to talk to who's all here.
Jez, Legic, Falner, and then Barry and Melanie are standing on the deck.
Okay. I'm going to go to Justine. I got some really important things to tell you. I don't
Bad
care.
things.
Really bad things or good things.
Bad things.
How was your
Great,
trip?
that's just what I wanted to hear.
So
Alright, well, I guess we're going to leave the Green Wizard's info out of... Alright, well,
Green Wizards. No, this could all link together. Probably. I don't know.
does yours involve a bunch of, like, underground earthquakes and weird movements and stuff in Bullshed?
Maybe. Do Drow do that?
Well, the Drow do live underground. Do you know something about Drow?
Maybe we should talk in your quarters like we usually do. Your room, probably right now.
There's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
And we need to. You seem to know a lot, Barry, and your friend probably should come with.
Melanie is my name.
Melanie. I'll remember eventually.
Yes, let's go. You seem manic.
Yes.
Your brother also dispatched soldiers to come here.
Yes. You won't believe who is among them.
Well, we have to lay this all out on the table right now. Like,
It's looking a bit grim. for
bing,
the
bang,
town.
boom. Well, it's all coming in and
Okay.
bouncing off each other and
So-
off the walls. They are cannonballs too. Some are bombs.
So I'm gonna stay here on deck and see what you come up with and what you want to do.
Why are you saying I hear?
Is it that bad? What he's talking about?
It's bad enough to where I want to leave.
Oh no, we can't leave. Not yet.
Why?
That is probably. It's not a yes thing. I don't think.
Look, Boris was here for a reason. And it seems like he might think something bad's gonna happen. He said something to me when he met up with me.
Like what?
Something about, oh shit, what was it that he said? He said something to me. Oh, I can't remember. It was
What'd he
something
say?
specific. It had something to do with, it was almost like a vague warning that something bad might happen. But he said it in such a cheerful way. Fuck, I can't remember what he said to me. That's when he came over and he tapped me on the shoulder and he was talking to me.
What do you guys want to do?
I want to go. I'm like at the door, like holding it open.
Are you going in, Jez?
Yes.
One on Logic.
I'll go in
Are you
too.
staying in here? You said you're staying up there, Logic. Are you sure you don't want to?
Sure.
You're part of
I'll
this,
come with.
whatever this is. Barry, Melanie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm going to go in and close the door behind me. So I'm going to turn around. So I went.
Oh, just wait. I'm going over to my little bar. I'm pouring a drink.
Well, I'll take one too, please. Thank you.
Alright.
So here's the thing. I thought, because I saw those cats when we opened the door. You remember you opened the door and then there was the Feywild or whatever.
How could I forget?
Turns out not who runs that place, not who is in the castle. I was expecting the castle to be run by the person that I summoned on purpose, but on accident.
It's saying a lot of words right now, Lavender.
Well, it's ran by somebody named Briar Dragon. He is a dragon.
Briar Dragon, okay. Okay.
He has
Big
the
dragon.
same. He has the same seed in his chest that I do. He says that his is exposed though. I saw it. But he was like 50 feet tall. He was really big. Turns out that there are two stones, Moon and Shadow. And if they're combined and they're taken to an elven gate somewhere in Bolstead, I don't know where that is. I know where the Moonstone is. It's here in Claxton. But if they're taken and put together at this gate, it'll be really bad. I need to get the Moonstone that is here.
You don't know where the gate is.
No, but
Why wouldn't he tell you where the gate was? How are you supposed to stop it if you don't know where it is?
if I can have at least one of the stones, then nobody can connect the stones together.
What if someone misleads you to go to that gate with the stone?
Hard luck, that'll probably happen. But for now, at least I'll have one. Which is why I want to talk to Fauna. You're always talking about diamonds, right?
I know a thing or two about diamonds. Right?
It is diamond shaped. It's not the diamond, but it is diamond shaped.
Wow, it's all connecting now.
Yes. Wait, what do you mean?
Being sarcastic.
Oh.
The
Father, can you give me a
diamonds.
diamond sense roll?
What would that be?
What?
I am just messing with you. Don't actually.
Ding, ding, it's there.
So
in the cabin.
you seem to be able to locate, because you're always looking for diamonds, right?
I could spot one in a crowd, sure.
It's shaped like a diamond. What did you roll?
In a crowd.
You don't need to know what I'm rolling for.
But it is diamond shaped and it glows like the moon.
Oh,
need to
no, he
find-
shows us in some fake
It's a diamond
nonsense.
shaped like a moon.
All right. What does this have to do with Drow? What are you talking about?
Apparently there's something really bad happening with the Drow. Somebody is aligned with some really bad people, the mother or something.
Why is it that all the pertinent information that we get is always very vague?
It is Feywild stuff. It is usually vague.
All right. So let's get this right here. You know, as Melanie cuts off Barry and immediately goes, "No, this makes sense. You realize Melanie is a Drow."
Mm-hmm. No,
Oh,
I didn't.
oops.
Okay.
Did
I
not
sorry.
remember that
Yep.
detail.
No. Hold on before you.
Awkward.
No. Melanie, I'm sorry. I made sure to let him know that not all Drow are bad.
Listen, I
because
don't
some
care.
people-
I understand that my people do not have the best reputation. But let's cut to the point here. The wizard was talking about strange anomalies going throughout the plates, the Earth's crust here within Bolstead, and it is definitely unnatural. I know when Drow are trying to make an attack happen. They create sinkholes. They will drop the ground from beneath the city's feet, and they will pour out like darkness. They will hit swift, and they will hit fast. Are they attacking here?
If they're looking for this moonstone, if that is the case, then yes, I would assume that they're.
Is there
going to-
anything special about the moonstone that can help us find it?
It glows like the moon. It glows. That's all I know.
Alright, a glowing stone would be pretty easy to find. Has anyone seen anything in the city that's ridiculously shiny?
Maybe we should ask the dear mayor.
This whole conversation is ridiculous.
Let's ask the governor. He's been here the most.
Can I reminisce? Maybe I can remember seeing it on somebody.
Well, I think we would have seen it by now.
Yeah, so I don't think that it's. Maybe it's underground. They're attacking underground. You said. Well, what does that have to do with what's happening now? You guys...
Well, yeah,
Who's
have to
here?
do with them.
Are the people in this area aware of its importance, or would it just be a shiny rock to someone?
It would probably be a shiny rock. I would assume that this is some ancient artifact. They don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Then
They would
where
call
would one
this-
find a shiny rock?
The stones of the...
Everyone here, go ahead and give me an intelligence check. There's one thing that was described when you guys entered Klaxon that was unique.
I only got the 9.
I got a 6.
My intelligence not that great.
Same.
7. Not a good roll for us.
I think that is,
He's like...
Can I remember with my charisma?
Nope. Thankfully, Barry is an intelligence-based character.
Wow. Good for him.
I got
Good
no
for
clue.
Now we
Barry.
should have left him.
What you got, Hot Berry?
You notice that Barry kind of goes, shiny rock, shiny. Elena? Yes, what is it? The lighthouse. How does it make that light?
It's candle and mirrors.
It was a very bright light.
No, Barry's right, and so is Jez. It was extremely bright. Too bright, you know. She makes her way outside, and she looks over towards the lighthouse, towards the west docks. It is sort of right outside of the city, sort of built onto the edge of the cliffside. And you can see there is a massive, bright light coming from up top. It is white, and you can see it creates this almost like moonbeam that shoots out over the water as it spins around.
Alright.
How did I not notice that before?
I think we were just excited to get to land.
Actually, I do, yeah. We were actually kind of excited because we have been on the sea for a while.
Then,
Is there a way to get to it from land, or is it like one of those things where it's kind of like its own little island?
No, you can get to it from land.
Okay.
You notice that as soon as you guys see this, though, give me a perception check.
Fuck! I got the natural 20, I don't want to see this!
wait,
16.
is this a good thing?
No!
I got a dirty 20.
You
All
see
right.
the holes in the ground.
Logic,
that's
what'd you
30.
get?
Oh shit.
You didn't even roll, did you?
Perception. I got 16.
16. Alright, so you guys all feel this. And, Lavender, you even see it and kind of hear it a little bit too. You notice that the dock kind of buckles. And you feel the ship kind of shift with it. You hear boards snap and some of the wood on the dock actually breaks. You notice everyone on the ship kind of like jerks with it and moves. You can hear in the distance the sound of what sounds like a sinkhole. It sounds like a massive cavern being basically ripped open from the ground. You see in the distance a bunch of debris and dust sort of start to fly up into the air as you begin to hear the echoing screams of people in the distance, followed shortly by cries and battle. It seems like it's originating over towards the west docks or the bridgeway that the basically Kravoyan soldiers came in. You guys would know, you don't know about.
Okay.
As soon as this happens, you notice that both Melanie and Barry look towards Jez and look towards the crew. What do we do?
I need to go... I'm going to like point towards the lighthouse. I need to get over there, like right now.
Where's the
Get a
lighthouse?
team to take Lava Dam getting the ship away from the dock.
Alright.
Is
Alright.
the lighthouse west side?
It's on the west docks.
Okay, cool.
And I can fly there. If I were to use animal shape, it'd be one of those big things we've seen in Zaltivato. I can't remember what they're called, not the pterodactyl, but the bigger version.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Thought there was a pterodactyl, I said, but maybe not.
Like a pteranodon or something like that. I don't remember. Something big enough for somebody to ride that I can be flying.
Oh, okay. So you just want to be a flying mount, essentially,
Yeah,
for people.
yeah.
Got it. Perfect. This works then.
Are you riding with me?
Let's do it.
Alright. I'm going to turn into something big enough for you to ride. I'm going to fly over there. You good with heights?
Better be.
Okay. Then I'm going to like get on like animal shape and then be on the side where he can like kind of
Take off.
yeah.
Okay. This Falner and Legic are flying with you, and then you're gonna move the ship.
Am I able to move it closer to the lighthouse?
Oh, 1000%.
I'm
You
gonna
could
move
just
it
sail
towards the
that way.
lighthouse, yeah.
Okay. you watch as your wings take off and shoot up the water. You can see as soon as you start to move the ship, Barry immediately begins to bring up his magic and starts pulling the sails around. You notice that you watch as Melanie takes her white raven and she summons her familiar, and you see her look towards the raven and send it off, and you watch as her eyes almost warg into it. As the raven begins to fly off, you see the raven making its way over the city. As you make your way and flying over towards the White House, the lighthouse. Save the president! So, as you are making your way over, you are able to turn and look to the three of you. Go ahead and give me another perception check.
Damn.
Nice.
27.
6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's because of the height. It's way too large for you guys. But you already see, what you guys see is fire. You can see there's already buildings on fire. Over, with your perception check, I don't even know if these dinosaurs have good eyesight, but we're just gonna say they do.
Yeah. I don't know.
But you're able to see, and what you see is not good. You can see what appears to be a large sinkhole has basically opened up over the outskirts of the city, the entranceway into the west docks. And it doesn't look good. It's where the fires are. You can see that the alarm bells are already beginning to ring and people are fleeing, but many of them are trapped. The sinkholes have blocked off their escape. If you fly to the White House, you are essentially dooming innocent civilians to be slaughtered. It doesn't look like they have any help, and they are by themselves.
No Secret Service?
He said White House again.
It's up to you, Mr. President.
This is a weird episode.
I mean, Briar did say that it was going to hurt, that I was going to have to make sacrifices, and if I don't get to that moonstone, it is going to be over already, probably. Like, if somebody else gets it.
It's up to you. It's whether or not you think Lavende's conscience would let him let innocent people die. Not only that, but it reminds you specifically of how you were separated from your family. The fire, the screaming, it is literally a slaughter of people, of unarmed citizens.
As I'm flying there, can I fly higher? Do I notice I'm noticing, or rather not noticing, not paying any attention to what's going on, really?
Who them?
Yeah, them. They're not the
You can see that they can see fire. You guys can say anything if you want.
I can't really make out, but sounds like some very bad shit's happening down there.
I'm going to. Can I fly high enough to where they can actually
All I
be
see
able to
is fire.
just see the sinkholes that I saw? With them?
Yeah, as you get closer, you guys can see what he's seeing as well.
Yeah.
So you guys are now seeing this. You guys are seeing what appears to be a small section of the outskirt of the city. It appears that villagers have been basically cut off. They have nowhere to run. They either can run into the fire and burn alive, or they can run into the blades of drow. And it also appears that they have brought you can see a drow ballista being pulled up and is getting ready to position its way to target any soldiers that are going to exit the city to attack them.
Can I see this?
You're on the ship, so you can see the flames, but you can't see that conflict yet. But you can see the fire burning brightly and the smoke rising.
What is the Cravoyan army doing? I don't see them.
They're cut off by the fire. They can't run through it.
Lavende.
I'm going to stop and turn.
You know, if something was able to put out the fire, or at least help put out the fire, you would have backup from the Cravoyan soldiers.
I'm going to fly down close enough to allow them to maybe try to jump off and kind of helps protect people if they want to. I can't really.
I'm gonna yell at Lavende unless you can hear me good. I'm not sure how big you are.
No, I can hear you.
Lavende, is there a way you could use your wings? to take out the fire.
I
Just
can't.
like
So
gust.
yeah.
You don't feed oxygen.
Air usually makes fire.
That should, yeah. I wouldn't do
Well,
that.
you just keep going to the your diamond rock.
So you land down there?
I'm going to try to fly by slow enough to where they can jump off and kind of start helping where they can.
You go ahead and just go get your rock, and I'll meet you at the ship. And I'm gonna jump off. How high are we? How high?
I'm close.
80
Close.
feet.
I'm
It
close.
doesn't matter. I'm
Bring
so
out
full.
my
I'm so
rope.
No, I'm going to get close enough to where they can jump off safely.
And I'm gonna in midair. I'm turning into a giant.
So in midair, you're enlarging?
Yes.
Okay, so as you in midair enlarge, and you actually see down there, it looks like the small group of people, there appears to be 2 homes that have basically caught ablaze, and you can currently see that there is a family, or it looks like a small group of children, have fled into this small, basically location of trees that are currently on fire. They're currently getting surrounded by flames. And you actually see Bruce Claxon down there trying to fend off Drow. Looks like by himself with a few other soldiers. That's about it.
Okay. I have a plan.
Just go get the stone. I'll take care of this. I'm already down here.
Yeah, I'm down there too. He's down there.
Okay, so
I'm not sure where we are.
where do you want to land?
I want to land as close to that fire as I can without being burned by it.
Where's Cliff?
Over here or over
Oh,
there? There's
what's
2
on
fires here.
fire?
Which one? Because I would have flown by and seen the Crovoyan soldiers, right?
So the Kravoyan soldiers, so this way, this leads into the city.
Okay.
There's fire here. So basically they can't pass.
Okay, then I'm going to land by that one.
Over here?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead.
Where's Claxton?
We don't know. We only see.
Alright, I will put out them as well.
Oh, we do see them?
I will put them out as well. Yeah, you
Okay.
do see them.
Is there in the woods? I'm assuming they're right there.
Okay, let me
In
just
that
grab-
white spot? I'm assuming. Looks like there's supposed to be a flame there.
I have a plan.
Yeah. You gonna make it rain?
Sort of.
Hey. You just dunk it into the water.
I saw lightning. This weather's fucked up, man.
It was raining here.
Yeah, it was
raining
when I was
on-
getting here.
Oh, deja vu.
It was starting to rain when I was driving here.
Deja vu for what?
Just that entire conversation, just right there.
That's not my diet for today.
He made it worse.
What'd you do?
It was a caramel one, and it like went down her chin, and then she was like,
Oh,
"Ah," and then put it on her nose.
Alright, so see Bruce over there. He is fighting what appears to be multiple drow.
Oh, sorry, I got Bruce mixed up with Boris.
Boris,
I thought-
you don't see him.
I thought it was Boris that was there, so I had that mixed up. That was my fault.
You see what appears to be children, a group of them, are
Trap.
basically trapped behind this burning debris, and there's a rock cliff here. They can't climb it. So if nothing helps them, they are going to die.
That's creepy kids.
And you can see what appears to be another group of drow on the other side of this fortification that it looks like they have spellcasters creating barricades, and they have summoned a ballista into the fight. And there appears to be a drow that's moving in towards the children as well, and it looks like just killed their parent.
Damn.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so
This got Disney.
I dropped them off, and I saw the children, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna fly over to that cliff face and basically allow them to get on, so I can fly them at least out
Well,
of
at
there.
this point, we're gonna roll for initiative.
Oh, we are?
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know if we were in initiative yet or not. Natural 20, baby.
15.
13.
And 25 altogether.
57?
Thank you.
I can do what you're gonna do, man.
Yeah.
kids.
I'm scared. And you got 15?
Yeah.
Alright.
But what if they're scared of you?
And Fulner.
You can only hope. In the face of fear, my friend.
Okay.
It's a fear.
So you're up first, Lavade.
And I am flying over there to
Alright.
get them. Because I haven't gone out of animal or wild
Alright.
shape yet.
So as you fly over and land next to them near the trees, you watch as they look towards you and are fucking terrified because this giant dinosaur essentially just landed down in front of them.
Is there a way I can, like, because they're children, can I comfort them like an animal would?
Because you're a huge dinosaur, and these
Yeah.
are probably children. They're like 7 or 8 years old.
I'm going to, like, with my head motion towards the fire or motion, like, towards, like, come towards me.
Puppy dog.
Try to
eyes.
go ahead and give me a persuasion. Do it persuasion with disadvantage.
Do the puppy dog. eyes.
Think Lamb 4 time vibes.
There we go.
That is, I think, my persuasion is 8. Oh, that is not what I need. Yeah, so that is 11.
11. You notice that both of both groups of children. It looks like there's probably about there is 6 of them altogether, and they look terrified of you. They do not want to get near you. You look too menacing to them.
Okay. Is that my turn then?
Well, I mean, that's basically you just trying to do. You haven't really done an action, so.
Okay. And can I see this guy on the other side?
Yeah, he looks like he's moving in.
Okay.
The moment you landed, you watched as you see him looking back towards his allies, and you notice that he starts to wave his arm towards him. He's speaking in Undercommon.
Yeah.
Can you give him a boost up the cliff?
Who?
You could forcefully grab the kids and
Put them up the
put them
cliff.
on
That's
top
their-
of the
that's
cliff.
Oh, I guess I could do that. I didn't think that was an option.
Yep,
I didn't. Okay,
could do
then
that.
I'm gonna try to do that then.
All right, so you start grabbing the kids one at a time. They freak out and they basically put their arms up as though they're about to die as you pinch onto their clothing and just start to put them up on top of the cliffside. The moment they do, you watch as that kid begins to turn and run, and that's going to basically be your turn. So one of them got it to the top.
Can I do 2 at a time since I'm so big? Are these children?
I would say because of the size of your mouth and their bodies, you'd have to be very delicate and do one at a time.
Okay.
Otherwise, you could.
Well, I didn't know if I could do it with my talons, pick them up by
Come
their
along,
clothes.
children, I'll save you.
No, you wouldn't be because those dinosaurs, they glide, they don't like hover.
So
Okay.
watch them bite their friend in half.
Oh my god.
I'll help you.
Throw their torso up on the cliff.
Okay, up next is a drow.
It's like Mars Attack all over again.
Okay.
your friend.
And you watch over here. During this situation, you watch as one of them moves up onto Bruce and delivers a pretty sickening kick to his midsection. The next one is over in behind the ballista. You notice that they've turned the ballista towards you, and one of them fires a ballista bolt towards you. You watch as the bolt flies towards you, and that's going to be a 18 to hit.
Nope.
We
don't
know
hit.
this.
I'm a 19.
All right, you watch as that ballista barely misses you as it sticks into the rock face, and you see the wood splinter and shatter as the kids duck for cover. And one more drow. Wow. Ooh. You watch as this drow moves up onto
Oh, he
Bruce,
killed him.
Don't see that.
and you see with a sickening scimitar, you watch as they bring this slice across Bruce's midsection. You see a wound open up on his side and blood begin to pour out as the drow makes solid contact. You can also tell that these drow are uniformed. They look like soldiers. They're wearing armor. They're wearing all black. This is a coordinated attack. It is now Legic's turn.
I'm gonna run up to Bruce. But can I yell at Fallner as I'm doing this?
What's your movement?
30? So I probably can't get up to them.
30? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Can I move again? Since I can't really
Use a
do
dash
anything.
option.
No,
I can't
unless you're gonna run.
have
Oh,
to.
if you're gonna dash, then you can do double your speed. But that's your action.
That's the only thing I can do. I can't really do anything else. I could at least be close enough to where my next turn could do something.
Okay. Falner.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Kill.
What's the fire that's cutting off the support from the army? Like, what's
It's back here.
Right next to you.
So basically, it looks like a large tree has fallen down, and it is currently ablaze. The fire itself looks to be unnatural too. It has like this strange, almost purple hue in the flame as well.
How big is the tree?
It's like a large oak tree. It's part of this huge rock cliff that moves back behind this building here, and then it moves over here, and they basically, through the sinkholes that have opened up over here, the tree fell.
I like to try to cut the tree in half then.
Okay, that's going to be very difficult, but you could definitely attempt it.
With your blade and might.
This is just an attack roll then.
Yep.
Move back to actions. That is a 26.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
I'm a novice for one. I need my d6s. That is 15 damage.
15 damage. Okay. You bring your blade up. And as you bring Scarbreaker down, you feel it slam into the actual trunk of this tree. You leave this devastating crater as it cracks down into it. Wood and splinters and fire kind of break off and fly throughout the air like shrapnel. You can see soldiers on the other side, and as you do, you see the basically whole group being split apart. And you watch as you can see Boris coming through the other side. And as you look over towards him, he looks towards you. I'll strike with you!
I'll attack it again then.
Okay. You watch as he brings his weapon up to strike.
22.
He got a 44. So,
Oh, is that all?
as Scarbreaker goes into the log, you see him bring up his warhammer. And he, basically like a nail and hammer, he takes your Scarbreaker and drives it through the tree. And you watch as it splits it, and you see the two halves of the trunk almost split away. At this point, you watch as soldiers begin to basically make their way up with shields and push the logs out of the way quickly. As soon as this happens, you see soldiers beginning to break through, and with Boris walking into the front as well.
So for my movement, I'd like to move.
You would have had to move up there. So it's technically, it would have been 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet away.
Alright, then, let me read something real quick. Okay, no, I can't do it. Then that's my turn.
Okay. Drow. You watch as this one makes its way over towards the children. You watch as it brings its weapons up and dashes over. You watch as it jumps over one of the burning logs and comes down right next to one of the children and goes to attack. Because you're right there, I will allow you an attack of opportunity, but I don't know if you can do that in that animal form.
Let me see. Let me pull up the creatures.
Oh my god, this poor kid.
Yeah. No, it just doesn't. It doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity when it attacks. So, it doesn't have attack of opportunity.
That's what I'm saying. I will allow you to do it, but you
Oh,
would have to
oh,
drop your form.
Yeah. Can I, like, as I'm flying back to the children, drop the form in midair, low enough to where I could.
So you're standing on the ground. You basically were bending over, picking the kids up. You're tall enough to place
okay.
them on the cliffside.
Okay.
So you would have turned back and saw this drow jump through the flames with its scimitars.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm dropping immediately and pulling my bow.
So go ahead and roll an attack of opportunity.
Or actually, is this cliffside? Will he fall over? Is it up or down? How is it?
What do you mean?
So, like you said, it was a cliffside. Does it go like drop off?
No, you guys are at the bottom of the cliff.
Okay,
This
okay,
is,
just
this
sure.
is an upper area.
Okay.
I see
Yeah.
what you're thinking.
Yeah, because what I was about to do change a couple of things. Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna drop and I'm gonna try some new stuff. I think. I'll drop and use because I haven't had a chance to do this yet. Guardian of Nature, which is a bonus action
Okay.
to transform into a primal beast, which is basically a werewolf.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go like after him and like try to.
All right, you have a stat block for it?
Yeah, it's the primal beast. Your walking speed increases by 10, dark vision 120, which doesn't. But you make strength-based attack rolls with advantage. So could I? I guess I wouldn't be able to get ready. I'm just gonna like try to shoulder check him if I can, for now.
Okay, so you're turning into a werewolf?
Basically, yeah.
Okay, then you can just do an attack, a claw
Yeah.
attack.
Okay, then I'll try to do that if I can, because
Yep.
my strength isn't very high, but it doesn't add anything to my strength. That's the only issue.
Fuck up that child killer.
That's a 19 hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so that's 1d6. That only does 1 damage.
Okay. Enough to where as soon as that drow jumps through with the scimitars, you burst into that primal form and basically move in front of the children. And as you do, you see the drow sort of stop and kind of deflect and do this almost back somersault as your claws just scrape across its back. And you see it land with its blades out and looks towards you. And you immediately see that malice in its eyes as it stares at you. Alright, next drow's turn. They reload the ballista. Okay, which brings us back to the top of the round. Jezebel, you would be on the southern end. This would be the over here would be the water side. So you would easily be bringing the ship over here. You can see this building burning, and you can see what looks like basically soldiers, but it's hard to see Lavende or any of them. What do you want to do?
So I can see the soldiers.
Yeah, you can definitely see the drow soldiers on the outskirts. And you do see, it does look like there is a group of drow making their way towards the lighthouse.
How far away are they from me?
From you, over the water, them, probably about 100 yards, maybe.
Okay.
Enough to where your cannon fire could hit them.
Alright. We'll ask some cannon over at them. We want the lighthouse.
Okay. The ones moving towards the lighthouse? Alright. Can you go ahead and give me a ranged attack?
That'd be your dex Dex, I believe, right?
Yep, and it'd be with advantage.
$18.
Okay,
Oh, well, 18, 19, 20, 25.
25. You fire a volley of cannonballs as Barry had prepared the cannons as you make your approach. As you begin to strafe towards the coast side, 4 of the cannons all fire off. You watch as 2 of them come crashing down into the group. You watch as the earth erupts underneath them as drow are thrown from each direction as they blast and crush into their bodies. Looks like it was a direct hit.
Did I tell you the whole group out?
Looks like there's one left, but they don't look like they're doing good. they are slowly moving.
Oh, okay. Was that my action? A whole action?
That was one of your actions. I know you have more than one, I think.
I'm gonna drop the dinghy and head to the lighthouse.
Oh, so you want to head to the lighthouse now? Okay, sure. As you get into the dinghy, you watch as you don't even need to row it. Barry gets up and looks towards you and goes, "Hang on!" And you see him bring up his staff and as he brings his staff down, you feel the entire boat begin to almost force push its way across the water. You see him holding his hand out and he's beginning to move your boat with his mind.
Wee.
You guys just in the distance.
And like it's quiet. It's like super loud, and then it just gets trails off.
It's just this hard battle going on, and then in the distance you see.
As you make your way up, you see that one soldier slowly limping, and you see as he looks like he's lost an arm. You see his flesh basically holding onto his forearm by a string as he's moving and losing blood. You see him get up towards the lighthouse. As you're making your way up towards it, you see him collapse towards the doorstep. And as you do, you see him bring up his hand and he's crying out to something. And as he does, you see another figure exit out of the lighthouse and look down towards him. You see a drow with long white hair and it appears to have this gold and black armor littered with spider webs and intricate designs and this curved, vicious, sick blade and this almost like tower-like helmet. You see as it looks down towards him with this blood-red flowing cape. And as he speaks out to this individual in his undercommon, you see with a quick slice, you watch as the drow on the ground's head just removes. And you see them heel boot turn and walk back in. What do you want to do?
I always have more things I can do.
You just want to keep making your way to the lighthouse? Okay. I didn't know if that you saw that and would be like, I'm going to wait, or if you're like, I'm going in.
I'm going in.
She has somewhat of a badass biter.
Labade, you're up. Oh god.
Don't like that.
Is that towards me?
It was the Vidar dice. Go ahead.
Is it?
Oh, you were not using that right now.
Oh, I am.
Okay, so I read for Guardian Nature, there's nothing against me using spells while I'm doing that.
Okay.
So since he's right in front of me pretty much at this point,
Yep.
I'm going to use Primal Savagery. I'm going to use it on my claws and just, if I can, I just like pierce him and just like rip him
Okay,
open
go
that
for
way.
it. Go for the attack.
That does 28 to hit.
Oh, that's a super hit.
That is 19 damage.
Okay. And with that, you actually bring your claws out, and as you pierce into his stomach, you raise him up off the ground, and with another swipe, you rip his head completely off of his shoulders as his body comes hitting the ground into multiple pieces.
So that was a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, with the
Lightning begins to arc across the sky.
well, about
The
that.
mics pick it up, but that works. was a big
I
one.
was going to see if I could use. Where did it go?
Oh, poor ghost.
Actually, no, this would be a pretty cool scene for lightning. So yes, a storm begins to pick up.
I have
Thanks, Mother Nature.
so as my actual Well, I guess that would have been an action.
That would have been as an action, yeah.
So, if I attacked, that was one action. I have multi-attack. Could I use a spell for the second thing?
No, because you used
Okay.
a spell for Primal Savagery.
Okay, then I don't know if I could talk in this form. It doesn't
Does it
say
say
that
you can't?
It doesn't say I can't.
I'll say you can.
And I'm gonna look back at the kids and I'm assuming I'm growling. I'm not going to growl. Sorry, everyone that's watching still. And I'm gonna be like, I'm going to try to help you. Just stay here. Don't run into the fire, please. God, don't run into the fire.
Okay. You watch as they look towards you. You see the one that you put up on the cliff is like looking down towards them, and you see that he's grabbing what looks like a large vine, is throwing it over the cliff. The kids are moving and grabbing onto the vine and basically trying to climb up.
Oh, okay, that works too.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
Lavende,
Yes.
a massive ballista shot fires. Is a natural 20 on the roll.
Okay.
No.
Fires across from the battlefield and pierces you directly into the stomach. Picks you up off the ground and sends you flying back, and actually sticks you into the stone wall behind you. Go ahead and take that's 22 damage.
That's not too bad for
22 damage, and you are essentially pinned on the wall.
Son of a bitch. It's a big hit.
Next round. Roll. Okay. You watch as Claxon moves up onto this drow, and he brings his claymore down, and you watch as he crushes this one in the head, and you see his head just pop as his blade comes boom, cracking down on top of him. The other drow, however, takes a move forward and with his scimitar brings a deadly backslash towards the back of Bruce's leg. You see it cut behind his knee, and you see Bruce drop down to one leg, only catching himself with his sword. Which brings us to Legic's turn.
I'm gonna go up to that drow if I can.
30 feet, right?
Yeah.
That's 30 feet.
Next turn.
All right.
So, don't you have like a 10-foot reach? With your
I
halberd?
think that's more than 10 foot.
I can't tell.
Probably
It is. It looks like 5, 10. It's about, yeah, it's 15.
I have
Damn.
He's
Just
like
a-
5 feet away.
like one more square.
All right. Falner, as you see the soldiers beginning to flood in behind you, you turn and look. You see that white raven flying over that you know as Melanie's raven. As soon as it does, you see it open its wings up, and you see icicles begin to just shoot out from its body. You see it starting to pepper the flames on the buildings and start to put out the fires around it as water and ice begin to just barrage the location. What do you want to do?
Is that Bastilla still up?
It is still up.
How far away is it from me?
Pretty fucking far. I would say it's about 200 feet away.
Alright, then I'll use this turn to use dash and get as close to it as possible.
What's your movement speed?
30.
If he's enlarged, can he make any ground by jumping?
No.
By trying to leap?
No, enlargement doesn't affect your speed at all.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
All right. At this point, you watch as soldiers begin to pour their way in, and as they do, you see them beginning to split off on the right and left side, trying to stop and confront any more drow. Both of you can see drow immediately beginning to sort of back up. It looks like they're moving back towards the barricade, the ballista line. They're moving out of this confrontation. Next one is already dead, so he's out of this way.
That's good.
You watch as more drow approach from the sinkhole and begin to make a barricade with their bodies, essentially. This one's out of there too.
Oh no, the kid's dying now.
Okay. After this happens, you watch and you basically help the kids up the vines as they go and escape. You notice as they do, the 6 kids, the children, they turn around and look towards you, and you can see thank you.
I'm pinned.
Yeah, no problem. You turn and look, and you can see Falner and Legic on their way to basically approach this large group of drow that are basically creating a blockade on the exit of the city.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it'd be back to your turn.
Okay, so I'm not even going to move. I'm going to just lift my hands up, and I'm using, because it's 120 feet, I'm using Erupting Earth right on the ballista, because I can see it.
You do that.
So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And it's a Dex 19 save for anybody within that 20-foot area.
What's your spell DC?
My spell, it's...
What level spell is it?
It's 5. It's a level 5 spell.
Yeah, okay.
So even if it doesn't hurt them, I want to try to take out the ballista.
As you bring your hands up and you begin to cast a spell, you watch as one of the drow turns and looks towards you, and you see him jump in. You see his hands begin to cast magic as well, and as your spell flies towards it, you see them cast a spell towards it. You see counterspell basically create this explosion as your spell is countered.
Okay, then that's my turn, I guess. I'm still pinned.
Can you do it again?
No, it's one action. But it's a spell, so I can't attack.
Yep. Alright, this would bring us back to Drow and Bruce. Miss. Alright. You watch as Bruce comes up with his weapon and goes to swing as the drow ducks underneath it, and boom, just slams Bruce in the head with a nasty headbutt. You watch as Bruce falls back, you see his eye bust open from the blow. Bring us to your turn, Legic.
I'm gonna come up to him and finish him off. Hopefully.
Okay.
It's superiority, I'm gonna use precision attack. See if we can finish him off quick.
Remember your bones.
It takes up my movement. I can't use it if I don't have any movement left.
Shit, I'm in the wrong spot, sorry. I did 28.
Oh, okay.
28 to hit.
28 to hit.
That's a hit.
That'd be 16. Something else, I think. Trying to look up maneuvers sucks. That is a 16 for the first hit. Or
16, huh?
16 damage for the first one.
Okay.
Woo! That's a 9.
That's a miss.
18.
That is also a hit.
Yeah, this one's just a regular attack. 2. Wait, do I add anything to that? I don't add anything to that.
You add your
Strength.
yeah,
I think it'd be your strength.
to it.
Wow, I'm dumb. There's my damage. Wow, so the other one would have been 20.
Okay.
First one would have been 20.
Okay.
And this one is 8.
Okay. So as Legic, you approach with 2 swings, you manage to take him out from his feet, just trip him up. You watch as he flips onto his back, and as you bring the halberd up, you finish him off with 1 blow onto the chest. You see him spit up blood as you see Bruce coming back as his face is bleeding. I fucking had him. You see him getting up as he starts to limp towards it. This would bring us to Falner. Your turn. You can see the Kravoian soldiers moving up behind you, and you watch as Boris comes up behind you. And as he does, you see him go, "On me!" And he brings his arm down.
Oh,
He's running up behind you.
What is he wanting me to do?
he's gonna give you a boost.
He looks like he's lowering his arm for you to jump onto him.
He's gonna give you a boost.
I am in giant form.
Yeah, I know. How big are you?
I am huge.
This is Bruce. Alright, this is Boris.
You know how tall he is normally, right?
No.
Boris stands like at 12 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
He's a
big
I was
boy.
like,
massive.
I'm gonna crush this person as soon as I step on him. Alright, I'll try to step on his arm.
You watch as he bends over basically like a almost like a tackle formation. He comes up underneath your legs, and you see him kind of pop up, and he basically has you on top of his shoulders as he's making his way forward.
This looks so weird.
And as soon as you're moving through it, yeah, you guys are huge, basically just towering over this. Get ready! I'm gonna log toss you!
It's gonna be great.
You watch as he puts his hands under your heels,
And then I leap.
and as you leap, you see him, and you launch through the air. You're probably about 60 feet off the ground now, and you're coming down on top of this group.
Could you imagine the look? Just the Snorlax
And
looking
as you
guy.
come, could you go ahead and roll your damage on the fall
What does he roll?
from your boot ability?
Oh my god.
Let's see here. Anyone smaller than me has to succeed on a strength or dexterity saving throw,
I'm gonna do it for the group.
or be knocked prone. The DC for the saving throw is equal to 10 plus my athletics modifier, which is plus 11, so 21.
So as you land, you watch as the ground breaks underneath your feet, and you see the entire group of them thrown back, and as you see them hit the ground as they all go prone.
How's that Bastilla looking? Ballista.
It's up. It looks like they're turning. No, it looks like they're getting ready to turn it towards you.
Am I towering over that?
Yeah,
I just want to step on it and
You want to just crush it?
yeah.
Okay. Attack it.
Unarmed, I guess. 28.
Okay. You want to roll damage?
I think it just does its base damage of
Whatever your strength
7. Yeah. I think just 7, right?
No, roll your damage.
is. You don't roll for unarmed strikes.
You're just punching it?
I'm stepping on. I want to like crush it with my foot, but it's.
I'm gonna have you do a strength-based attack. So roll a d20 and add your strength modifier. Instead of, I'm not gonna treat it like a punch.
Then that is 23.
Okay, that makes more sense. Because you're a giant fucking coming down the step. I'm not gonna have you roll a d4. Okay, I think it's normally just like isn't it a d4 plus your
It tells me it's just a base number. Doesn't
just your base
Yeah,
number?
it's
It's just your
his
strength
strength.
modifier.
Which to me
Yeah.
is 7.
Yeah. So as you bring your foot up and you come crushing down, you watch as the ballista just smashes down into the ground. You see the drow behind it sort of get pushed back from it as well. By this point, you see the entire Kravoy soldiers begin to crush up and basically meet blade to blade. You see Boris begin to run past them, and he breaks through the line. And as this happens, you can see that Hakan actually shows up during the fight as well. You see Hakan make his way and actually looks towards you and Legic, and he goes, "Go on, I'm gonna help Lavende." You see, he makes his way over to Lavende, and you see Hakan grab onto that ballista bolt.
Thank you, Hakan.
Pull it out of your chest.
How did you know it was me?
Barry, let's go.
Okay. No.
Just as he
Very.
begins to move. Are you following?
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay. So as you guys are cutting up towards the lighthouse, Jezebel, you are currently inside. As you make your way in, you can see that individual with the red cloak making their way up the side of the lighthouse. What do you want to do?
Is it like a spiral staircase?
Yeah.
Is there a wall?
Yeah. There is a wall. On one side of it.
How far away are they from me going up?
Looks like they've basically gone up about half of it right now.
Within blast range?
You could easily blast them.
I'm blasting.
Okay, roll
I'm
to
gonna
hit.
try to take the steps out.
Oh, you want to blast the steps. Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
I start blasting.
Oh, you fucked me. 18.
Since you're aiming for the steps underneath him, that's going to be a hit.
Okay.
You go ahead and you shoot up a blast. There's cheap wooden steps. So as you do make contact with them, they break and shatter. You see them fall underneath it, and with grace, you watch as they just free fall and do this backflip before landing down on the ground and standing up and looking towards you. You see they appear to have very elegant, almost noble-looking features. You see them look towards you.
Don't know what you say, but I have one more, so I'm gonna blast him.
Okay.
You're just like, yep.
Have another.
That's even worse. 9.
14.
You watch as you take the next blast, and you see him bring his scimitar out, and you watch as he cuts the spell. You're going to have to try harder than that.
I think I can oblige.
And you watch as he moves forward.
Is he hot?
If you, I would say he has a very strong,
I'm just
very
joking.
noble
I'm
features.
just joking.
I would say he isn't villainously attractive.
Oh, just my type.
Does
Start fixing my hair.
a 14 hit.
It's been a while. Yes. Yes. That's my 2.
She doesn't really wear armor.
I
The
do not.
I don't think
armor,
she's-
the armor you got
I
from
don't think she's
Azelti
put it
Vado,
in.
Oh.
I believe, puts you at 19.
Then no, it does not. I have not added that.
Okay, you've not put it on. Okay.
Dang, it's a +7.
Yeah, it's a +7.
Is that in our homebrew thing? Like I can add that?
It should be. You should be able to add it.
Okay.
If you go to your...
I'll wait till after.
So you watch as he goes to move forward, and your belt from your scorpion armor actually becomes animated. You watch as it, like a defense mechanism, it moves out to strike at an opening, making him immediately direct his attack to strike the belt, and you see sparks glide off of your belt. As he takes a step back, it's your turn.
I'm getting a
X-Blade.
I'm gonna get that out,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take a swing. $17,
24.
24, that hits.
Here we go.
I can't wait to roll 1 for this. plus 2. Ooh, D8. I haven't used that in a hot minute.
All the damage.
5.
I think the bonus is higher than that.
It's plus 2.
Should be plus 9 on your Hexblade.
I don't have it still.
No, I added it.
The 9 live sealer?
Yeah, but it's not on my actions list. I know we added
Yeah,
it.
you have it wielded. Did you click it to wield?
Go to inventory.
Listen.
Because you have to be wielding it for it to show up in your
Soul
actions.
Drinker?
Yeah, Soul Drinker.
Equip.
Yes.
Boom.
Okay.
Nope.
I've got actions.
What do we
Okay,
got?
plus
Oh.
7.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, 8, 9, 10.
No,
Okay.
it's
Oh,
plus
fuck, I
11.
can't. Fuck off.
Sorry.
Not you.
Oh,
This.
I'm like.
There we
God
go.
damn.
Because 1d6 plus 11.
Okay,
Okay,
so let
so
me do
it's
this again.
D6 plus 11. That's I thought that was
It was,
the
it
Damn
was being covered
straight.
up. Listen, I'm just here for the roleplay. 2. Wow.
13 still pretty good.
13.
13. You bring your blade up. And as your Hexblade summons, you catch him off guard as that Soul Drinker, the blade of Levistus, strikes across the chest of the individual, and you see it create a nice gash into his armor. You see it. You see him look down and look back towards you.
You like that?
You have another action? Or are you done?
I don't think I do with this. I think that's it.
What have you done so far?
Okay. No bonus action then?
She's the Eldritch Blast. So
No.
then-
Okay. You watch as he. I really don't have time for you. You see him bring up his hand, and you watch as he begins to cast a spell. And you see him shoot a spell towards you.
A spell? Just a spell?
Yes.
Oh my god.
The spell.
She turns into
Death
a
attack.
rabbit. Oh.
Death attack. I'm kidding.
Okay, he didn't make a reaction. We're good.
Can you go ahead and give me a Constitution save?
Oh my god.
Why'd you have to say anything?
I didn't see.
19.
Okay. As the spell hits you, you see him speak out a word, and you've actually heard this word before. You remember hearing Fentis Merryway say this word. Power word stun. And as soon as you get hit by it, you feel your body lock up and freeze. You can't move it. As soon as this happens, he looks towards you. Stay out of my way. And you watch as he moves, makes his way, and he
Alright.
begins to almost like shadow jump.
Guess who's following you?
All right. Meanwhile, the group outside. You have made your way up to the lighthouse. As soon as this happens, you see Hakan, Legic, Lavende, Fulner, and Boris all make your way in. You see Boris looking up towards it. I'm assuming they're going for that.
Yeah, that's what they're going for.
We see Jez.
You do not see Jez. You're on the outside.
Oh, okay.
She is inside.
Yeah, we need to get up there. Can you throw me up there?
You ready?
Already.
All right. You two go in there. Hakan looks like, I'll stay outside. Don't worry.
Alright.
Let's go, Fauna.
Right. Is that Boris grabs onto you?
Oh, here we go. Don't miss.
He launches you up, and you feel yourself fly up into the air. Two of you going in? As you go in, you make your way in, and you begin to go up the steps, and on that first platform, that's where you see Jez's body stunned. And as soon as you see her, you can see her body, her regain control of her body as she comes out of her stun.
You right?
Oh, hey.
What happened?
I don't know, but I'm very interested.
Interested in what?
Did you just fight someone?
Yeah, there's someone here.
There's
They
someone
look
up
very
there.
important.
Someone up there.
Is he still
Oh,
jumping?
we
or
should
did
get
he-
going.
You don't see him.
Okay.
They froze me.
He has ice powers.
Not ice powers. It was more so like my body locked up. He told me to just kind of stay out of the way. It was pretty hot.
Well, alright. Okay.
Well, let's
So
get up
let's get up there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Start running up.
All right. As you start heading up the steps, you guys are following. Meanwhile, Lavende, as you land on top of the lighthouse, you can see, standing in the center, you see this drow reach up and grab onto this floating white glowing stone. You see it pull it out. It appears to be this diamond-like shape with basically the inside of it is hollow, and there's this bright light inside of it. So you see as he holds onto it.
Can I use oh my goodness. I fucking forgot what the name of the thing is. Misty Step to grab it out of his hand?
You could Misty Step to him, but you wouldn't be able to just Misty Step and grab it for free.
Okay. Then I'm just going to charge at him again using Primal Savagery to get into...
So you're gonna cast spell Primal... You're gonna use Primal Savagery?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That is a 14.
That is not a hit.
Yeah.
As you use your ability, you break in through the glass of the center of the lighthouse, and as you watch as he looks towards you, another one, and you see him dodge back, and as he grabs onto the moonstone, and you see him make his way almost in this confrontation manner. You see his eyes look towards you. Give me a perception check.
Oof, that was only 14.
It's enough. With the bright, glowing moonlight of the stone, Jezebel wasn't able to quite make him out in her confrontation. You notice his eyes. Lavender. And you watch as he makes his way forward and goes to attack you with a devastating sidekick.
My AC is 19.
That's gonna be a hit then. 18 plus 7.
Okay.
You watch as he brings up his legs and does this spinning. You can, whatever he is trained in some sort of elven martial art. As his legs come up and make this contact and kick into your stomach, you feel yourself get knocked back out of the window and land on the railing, just slight of basically sliding off. At this point, you see him jump down towards the stairwell, and you watch as he begins to descend down there, only stopping to see you two coming up the stairs. This has become annoying. And you as he turns and makes his way back up. So at this point, we're gonna go ahead and roll initiative.
Oof, my goodness.
You can roll initiative too.
I got the 14.
Wow, natural 20.
Ew, natural 20.
Yeah.
18.
Real mature.
You got there 14.
It's been a fucking while. 18.
Okay, so anyone higher than 18?
22.
No.
22?
Oh. I was saying for me.
No.
Mine,
What'd you get?
mine was 12.
Okay. And then, Logic?
I get 14.
And... Okay.
So we got that 20, huh?
Yep.
All right.
You watch as he looks over towards the three of you coming up the steps and looks over towards the group. You see him make his way past over Lavende. You watch as he jumps past Lavende and looks like he gets up onto the railing of the lighthouse. It looks like he's getting ready to jump, but that's his end of his turn, which would bring us to Fulner.
How far away is he from me?
You're at the top of the stairs, so he's probably about 20 feet away.
How high is the ceiling?
Not very high. I'd say you could say 8 feet.
Can I use my leap then?
You would hit the ceiling.
What if I leap at him in a more vertical?
It'd be weird, but you could try it.
I want to tackle him off of it.
Off the lip. Okay.
Uh,
You want to try? Go ahead and try.
You go.
Will I roll for that?
Basically, you're gonna make an attack. You're gonna use your movement, and then you're gonna attack with your land. That's what you're
Oh,
attacking.
then it's a
AC. It's the check.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's I guess
So he crushed that.
22. Then what happens to me? Do I miss?
Yeah, you miss.
Do I just go with it?
So you basically watch as Fallner rockets himself off the lighthouse.
I'll just hit myself with slow fall.
Slow fall.
Yeah.
You watch as he does this. You see the drow backflip and land right on the same banister that Fallner just soared his way off of. You watch as Fallner flies about probably a good 20 feet over the lip before he casts Featherfall on himself and begins to slowly descend downwards. Which would then bring us to Jez. It's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna use. I'm gonna try to use my ice knife on him. So. Stop it.
That was a natural
Embarrassing
20.
me. Was it?
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
fuck that. So that is a 23. Or sorry, no, 7, 19.
19 to hit?
Yeah.
19 does not hit.
Well, she got a nat 20.
Wait, was it natural 20?
No, the
No,
first
the
one
original
was.
one
That's
was.
impossible.
Is it?
Well, yeah, you guys,
There's this on
you could have a -1 and then roll with a.
No, the original was a natural 20. I
See,
rerolled
she
it.
picked
Oh,
it up
okay.
and rerolled it. But you didn't move though, so you got attack again.
You watch as you throw the ice knife. You see him, and that's a sword attack, right? It's with the ability
Yes,
on the
that's what I
sword.
explained.
Okay, yep.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
That's not gonna hit. 10.
You watch as both ice knives, and he breaks both of them as they make impact onto him. See him. Oh, looks like he's about ready to lose his balance. Legic, is your turn.
I like you, but you're fucking me over right now, okay?
I'm gonna run up to him.
Okay.
I'm gonna attack, and I'm gonna try to use. Okay, I keep forgetting which tab it is to look at these damn things. I'll try trip attack. Yeah.
Okay.
Might not work, but we're gonna give it a go.
What's the check on that going to be?
It's going to be a strength 17. $21 to hit.
So, as you hit him, you watch as he gets swept out from under his feet, and you watch as he begins to free fall off the back of the, basically lighthouse, as he looks like he's plummeting down towards where Boris and Hakan are. You see him fall, and it looks like right before he gets to the ground, you see him begin to slow fall on himself, just in time before he gets crushed down into the ground.
How far is that down?
It's a lighthouse, so pretty tall. So he's now on the ground.
I'm going to have to just run down the steps.
All right,
Run down the side of the building. Run
you
down
turn and
the
begin to run down the building. Lavende, you're up.
So hypothetically, so I'm still in the werewolf form.
Mm-hmm.
Could I use primal savagery to strengthen my claws that way to be able to slide down, you know, like Hulk or whatever, slide down the side of the.
You want to try to do that?
Yeah, because it'll be faster than.
I mean, yeah, sure, I'll allow it.
Cool. I'm gonna
I
do
don't think
that.
there's any rule in D&D that would let you do this, but yeah, I'm gonna let you do
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna go ahead and just like kind of jump off the side and just like latch on and
latch
just
on
slide
and just
on.
slide down.
Yeah.
Sure.
That way it gets me down there faster, hopefully.
Okay.
So, I don't know if that's what whole...
I'll let you get down in this turn, but that would be
That's
pretty
fine.
much your turn.
That's fine.
So as you get down, you and begin to basically claw your way down. Meanwhile, you notice that the drow begins to start to get up, and as he does, you see Hakan run up towards him and kick his arm. You see the moonstone fly out and hit the ground before Hakan moves over and grabs onto the moonstone. You see the drow beginning to slowly get up. And you see Boris make his way over towards Hakan as the drow slowly gets up. Meanwhile, you slow fall. You make your way down. I'm assuming you would have turned and ran down too.
Mm-hmm.
You all basically are now towards the front of the lighthouse. You can see the drow on the ground between you and Boris now between the drow and Hakan. What do you want to do? Look, confrontation looks like it's over.
Well, that was easy. Right?
What do I'm going to
You
look
notice
at
that
Boris.
Hakan goes, I'm guessing we needed this.
Yeah, Hakan, yeah.
You notice as he goes to make his way forward and pass Boris, you watch as Boris looks towards Hakan. And you see him grab onto Hakan's neck. You see Hakan, no, I need it. And you watch as and you see him drop him. You see him reach over and grab onto the moonstone. And you see him throw it to the drow. I fucking knew it! What? And you watch as he...
Can I...
You see Boris standing in front of all of you. It's just... business. You see him turn and begin to walk away.
I'm charging at him.
Okay? Go ahead, roll.
You're not gonna win that. None of us will win that.
$29.
Alright. You make your way up and you bring your Starbreaker up, because you're still enlarged, right?
No. I would have had to if I had to go back down to go up the stairs, I feel.
No, it was large enough for you. It's large enough for you to go up there enlarged.
Wait, we're on the bottom. We're outside.
Yeah. We're outside.
Yeah, you didn't have to go up any stairs. Where do you think you went?
No, he went in the lighthouse, but it wasn't,
Oh, you mean
Was
just
it big enough for a giant to walk in? Because I was...
You leaped, remember?
you're huge. You're
It's pretty
not, huge is not large. So huge is like the size of like a horse.
No, large would be the size of a horse.
Or sorry,
Huge.
huge is like the size of like,
Like a house, I thought. Like
no,
20 feet.
no, you're not a house size. You're like the small of a young dragon. So like a large horse. I will show you a huge mini after this. You are large enough to get in there.
Alright. Oh, yeah, I guess so. I would still be in.
All right. You notice that he turns around as you bring your Starbreaker on, and he brings his hand up, and you watch as he catches the blade, and it sinks down into his chest. You watch as blood begins to drip out of his hand and out of his chest.
Can I charge at him?
You want to?
I want to. Out of confusion.
Attack him.
Out of confusion.
And pain, because I can't believe he's doing this. I can't believe what he just did.
Just attack him. Let's see what happens.
It's probably not gonna hit. A 16?
Okay. You watch as Legic charges up towards onto Boris, and as you bring your halberd down, you actually make contact, and it just breaks your shaft. You watch as the halberd snaps in two as it breaks over his body, and you see the blade just sinking in as he's holding onto it, blood dripping down his hand, down onto his chest. You see him look towards you, Falner. You got guts, kid. I like you.
You're gonna fucking die.
He brings his head back. Maybe. But not today. I'm gonna assume that a 30 hits.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's almost double. Almost double.
Can I use the attack of opportunity?
Yes,
With what weapon?
A dagger.
Okay.
I want to call shot to his throat.
You can try.
Yeah, I know. I can try.
Oh, it'll be a disadvantage then.
No.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast his face.
Okay. One roll to hit.
That was it. Really fucking matter for this game.
First one would have been great. My first one would have been great. Got a 3 versus the 18.
23. Okay. $13 is the first
13 damage.
one.
Okay.
14. 23 again. To hit for the second blast.
You watch as he's holding on to Falner. And as he brings his head back, you see Lechik move up to stab onto him. And you watch as he goes to stab on, and you see him just kind of just push Lechik down onto the ground. As Lechik hits the ground, and he sees two Eldritch blasts coming towards him. He brings his hand up, and his massive hand just takes both blasts. You see his hand come back covered in this black fire as his skin burns. You see him. Where was I? And you see him bring his head and just boom, just crack you over your skull. As his head meets onto your head, you feel the side of your head bust as your skull fractures. Take 46 points of damage.
I'm dead. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm hitting him again.
And give me a Constitution save.
So 19 for that one.
To hit? That would be a miss.
20 for that one.
That's a hit.
8.
Constitution. Nine.
You watch as Falner, as he gets blown by it, you see it. He immediately loses his concentration of his spell. You watch as his body begins to shrink as he flies back. You actually see him fly back and hit the lighthouse with such force. He breaks into the stone before you watch as his body hits the ground. As the next blast comes and strikes Boris across the face. I was told not to kill you all. So I recommend you stopping because you're starting to piss me off.
I can do this all day, motherfucker.
Why, Boris? Why?
Sometimes doing the right thing doesn't feel very good. You watch as he grabs onto his, Council of Legend medallion. As soon as he grabs it, you see a spell flicker over his body as a portal opens up. And he steps through. The moment he does, you see it fade. And he's gone. What do you all want to do?
Getting out of my guardian nature form.
I'm gonna grab my broken halberd. Just not say any words.
I'm gonna go over check phone now.
You run over to Falner. Falner, his skull is literally fractured. You can see part of his brain is literally exposed from the headbutt.
Can I be unconscious?
You are unconscious.
Okay, I was gonna say.
You're not. That's why you shrunk down.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
can see a piece of his head. As soon as this happens, you watch as that white raven shows up, and the moment it does, you see Melanie appear, and you also watch as Barry making his way up. You see Barry stop as he looks towards both Falner. No. He makes his way up, and you watch as he checks Hakan. Is Falner alive?
Phone is alive. Hakan's very, very much not.
You watch as he makes his way over towards Falner, and you see him beginning to cast healing spells. Falner, go ahead and heal 10 points of damage. You watch as this scar on his head begins to form from the healing. The blow is so intense that even the magic isn't capable of fully healing it back to its original form. You can see almost this basically laceration style scar form over the corner of his head as it cuts up into his hairline. You don't regain consciousness, but your head is at least not leaking.
I'm going to walk up to Legic and just look at him and be like, help me get Hakan.
What?
I'm going to start turn and walk back to Hakan's body.
Right. I just put it away. I come up with you.
As soon as you guys do come up, you watch as both Marigold and Draven are making their approach as well. You notice as Marigold makes his way up and goes, "What the fuck's going on?"
Boris is what's going on.
You see Draven make his approach, and as he looks over, and you watch as he walks over towards Hakan.
Oh, are you going to help me pick him up?
Get back.
Why? What are you going to do?
You watch as he gets down on his knees.
Oh, you're already doing it.
Does he know how to resurrect?
You see him begin to you watch as his hands come up, and you see these strings start to form around his fingers as they shoot up towards the sky. You watch the strings run down into his Morn Guard. You see him. You're not leaving. And you watch as you see this ghostly apparition get pulled down from this dark, murky cloud. And you watch as he begins to and yank and pull down these strings. You see this ghostly apparition get pulled back down into the body, and you watch as Hakan's neck
What
you
did
see him-
do?
You see him roll over and pass out. You watch as pieces of Draven's dark blue hair begin to turn white. God, that hurts.
I went up to Hakan.
Hakan's passed out.
Well, I'm just running up to him. What did you do? What happened to you?
gave him some I might use.
Some of your years.
Let's get back to the ship.
What happened to your voice? Alright, no, it's fine. Let's pick it up. I'm just picking it up.
We need to go now.
Holiday.
I'm going to try to help him
He's gotta be
get
happy.
her. Yeah.
Gotta be happy for me.
As Marigold, Barry, Melanie help Hakan, Fulner back to the ship. That's where we're going to end tonight's episode. So, thank you all for joining us for the War of Moon and Shadow. Hope you guys are strapped in for this arc, because
Or strapped on.
if that's what you're into, it's strapped on.
That's what it feels like. Why?
Hope you're ready to get shafted.
Oh, I broke mine.
That was good.
Thank you all for joining us. There will be actually, I might just I got a new Jada got me a new webcam for Christmas, so I might do a little stream tomorrow just to try out that webcam. So I didn't get to use it tonight because for some reason firmware just wouldn't recognize it, but I'm gonna get that figured out tomorrow. But thank you all for joining us, and until next time, everybody, remember to always embrace the dark. Good night, everyone.